Hello!
Hi.
It's the thing that we do. Hey! Hi, everybody. We're the Unreliable Narrators, and we are here at QueueTimes to stream Call of Cthulhu. Ooh. Thanks for tuning in and watching, and thanks for QueueTimes for having us.
Thanks for QueueTimes.
Thanks for QueueTimes.
Thank you, QueueTimes.
Yeah. And yeah, let's go around and introduce themselves, starting with the Canadian.
Hi, I'm Andrew at the hockey pool on the Twitters, and I love you.
And what's your character? Tell us a little bit about your character.
Oh, how about that? Yeah. Hey, my name is Gordon Gamble. I'm the cousin to this one over here, Sidney. That means our mothers are sisters. And I grew up in Canada, so I'm half Canadian. My father was a rodeo clown, and I come from Fort McMurray, Alberta, very close to Head Smashed In Buffalo Jump, historic monument up there. And I'm a foreign correspondent with the Free Canadian Press.
Wow.
Typical Lovecraftian investigator.
From Canada.
Amazing. I'm Helen Alemano. Helen Alemano on all the socials. ALLEMANO. I am Estelphilus, which has caused me a lot of pain because people keep calling me Estelle or Phyllis, but it's not. It's Estelphilus. It's the whole name. Estelphilus Cordova. I am in the process of separating from my husband. Very awkward. Yeah, we've stayed within each other's periphery because we work closely together. Yeah. That's about it.
Who's your best friend?
You're my best friend. Lily Bridge. Yeah, it's my best friend of 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We met in a bar, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You were 15.
I was 15 and drinking.
Yeah.
Heavily.
When it's the 20s. No, it wasn't then, I guess.
No,
it
it wasn't.
The
teens.
10s.
Yeah.
The teens.
Yeah. Yeah. Good times.
Are you a bounty hunter too, right?
Yes,
Did you
I
mention
don't
that?
like to flaunt that too much, but I am.
Now everyone knows.
a
Damn
bounty
it.
hunter.
My bad.
Thanks, Lily.
Ah, sorry,
That's
guys.
alright. But yeah, I hunt bounty.
Is just the one.
Just
she just
one.
hunts
Just
that
one.
one bounty. It's like it's a white whale, and she's after it. She's
Well,
gonna get it.
it was bounty plural.
Right.
You have a bounty of bounties.
I have a bounty of bounties.
Oh, well done.
Good
Yeah.
save.
All right. Hi, I'm Ash. You can find me at astronaut44 on Instagram or moonclad_ash on Twitter, but I don't tweet, so I mean, don't go there. I'm playing Sidney Davenport, and she is an archaeologist, and she's very good at it, and she explores and goes all around the world. You can call her Sid. That is her cousin. That's true. You know, and he's different. Yes, and I have had a wonderful famous father who's lost, not dead, just lost.
He's dead. Face it, Sid.
Just lost. And yes, I occasionally work at the university with this one, but I also leave the university, unlike this one. Yes, and that's my story.
Who used to be your best friend?
Oh, Jill and I grew up together. Lily Bridge and I grew up together, and so I've known her much longer than you.
It's not a competition.
I'm just stating facts. Okay. Ha
Yeah, we'll keep going.
I'm Mike, Mike Villeneuve at Twitter. I am playing Chester Grant Cordova. He is a professor of ancient studies at Miskatonic University. Currently estranged from his wife, Estelphilus. And her character doesn't like me because we are separated. Just probably...
Are you sure that's it? Are you sure it's not your personality?
Well, maybe my personality, of course, you know, this man is a very erudite academic, and anything outside of his laboratory or his study room doesn't really matter, because knowledge is power, and knowledge is within the walls of the books that surround me.
And
therefore,
cold heart.
And in my cold heart of always secluding myself in my studies.
And you have an odor problem, I'm noticing.
What?
An odor problem. Odor. Okay, sure.
That's pretty rude.
I'll guess on that.
That's very
rude and awkward.
Not Mike.
Character, right? We get it.
I can't believe how rude everyone is.
There would be times when he is stuck in his library
Welcome to
and not emerge for days after not taking a bath. So there you go. If
That
you want to,
explains it.
yeah.
Hello, I'm Jill at Silly Jilly Marie on all the socials. I'm playing Lily Lilybridge, and I'm an undertaker, and I love it. I work at Elzar's funeral home. My father used to work there, and then he died, and so now I work there. My mother's ran off. I don't know where she is. I have a hearse named Animal, which I paid for on my own, but thanks.
I bought it myself.
It doesn't own. It's not owned by the funeral home guy.
Right.
Sidney and I were childhood friends, but she was from a fancy high class family and went off to university, and I got left behind. But that's when I found Estelle Phyllis at a bar.
Just grow apart.
We're just not best as friends, like Estelle Phyllis and I currently, but we were, and we're very close. We have a lot. We could go on for hours and days about
How we
common
both like
interests.
dead people
Yes.
and studying them,
Oh gosh, yes.
and we follow in the footsteps of our fathers. There's
Yes,
so much in common,
we do.
and we both love hats.
Hats are awesome.
We're
This
basically the same person.
This is a toque. Just wanted to point that out. It's not a hat.
I hope they can see
What's
it.
the difference between a hat and a
That's great.
toque?
Why is it not a hat? It's a type of hat.
Toque.
Right,
What's the
which is a
difference
type of
between
hat.
It's just a type of
Yes.
hat.
What is a toque?
Yeah, I mean, if we drew a Venn diagram like hat, there'd be hats, and toques would be like a part, like a
Part
hat.
of the hat
It'd be a smaller.
family.
So it's
It's
still a
like
hat.
this is a cloche, but it's still a hat.
Yeah, she's got you there.
It's like the umbrella term.
Hey everybody, I'm Joseph
There's
Limbaugh,
umbrella hats.
and I am at Overdroid on the internet, and I will be the keeper of arcane lore for this Call of Cthulhu adventure. We are playing 7th edition, the most recent edition of Call of Cthulhu, and yeah, it can be a pretty brutal game. Characters can die or go insane, so I'll just warn you not to get too attached to these characters. But I'm sure they'll all be fine. What else? What else can I say? Also, I had them roll up the characters using the the most brutal bare bones method.
Terrible.
So,
It was terrible.
for example, I believe Astophilus has a sanity of 35.
Yeah,
which
I'm
is,
not doing.
Wait, is it a Staphylos or a Stelphilus?
Estelphilus.
Stealthless.
or Astophilus in Greek.
Oh,
Just
my
like it's
my
written.
sanity isn't actually much.
Yeah.
Just like it's written. Yeah, it's
It's
fine.
equal to your
I get
power.
it. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you should all have a key background trait, which I don't know. Don't take my pencil.
I'm sorry, just for a second. Okay.
Never take the keeper's pencil. You should all have a key background trait, which is one of your background traits should be the most important. And what that means, it'll be harder for you to lose it, but you will lose sanity if you do lose it. You can also use it to gain sanity back. So you don't have to choose right now, but if you think you know what that is, which one's the most important, put a star next to it. Remember
I've
we
only
did.
got one trait. Is that okay?
Do we not create a bunch of traits?
There's one.
Oh, only one is called a trait, but each of these is technically.
Oh, I see. I see. And
Never
which one's
mind,
most
I have
important
many.
to you?
Right.
Oh.
There's one of your traits is traits, so that's kind of confusing. I can see how that would be. That would be
Oh, I have a trait. Got it.
Yeah.
What did you say? That's wicked important.
yeah,
We're in
it's wicked
Massachusetts,
important.
so I can say that.
Yeah.
And we're in.
Did they say that in the
20s.
20s?
I don't care, man. Don't be a dumb Dora. Don't be a dumb Dora.
Okay, I won't.
What does that mean?
It means a stupid woman.
I mean, that was pretty obvious from the
I
context.
could have parsed that one.
And he's Canadian.
That's right, eh?
I forgot to mention that I have a mouse called Henry. You know, that's it.
Oh. That's adorable. All right. So it is Sunday evening. And we'll say perhaps all of you gather on Sunday evenings for some reason. I'll let you kind of figure out why would all of you gather at some point on Sunday evening. Is there any reason you would all gather together?
It's not probably somebody's birthday.
It's somebody's birthday. Whose birthday?
Every Sunday.
It's your
Well, I
birthday.
think it's. Well, Gordon doesn't know me very well, so I don't know why he'd come. Maybe because he's visiting his
Well, 'cause
cousin.
I'm visiting my cousin.
Yeah, all right,
Aren't I
it's my
allowed to come?
birthday. It's my
This
birthday.
place is rude. Can I come?
It could be an event for the university.
Hmm.
All right.
It's not bad.
All right.
Excellent. So you are all seeing each other at a university event. Perhaps there's a fundraiser. You are troubled because one of your students has run into some issues. This is in the newspaper today. You can read it out loud if you want, so everybody can hear it.
Well, are we all in the same room now?
Sure. I mean, yeah, you're all
We're
in the
in the
same
banquet
room.
room.
Yeah. Perhaps you pulled them aside to kind of tell you what's going on. Tell them what's going on.
Okay. Well, you noticed me off in the corner reading a newspaper article, and I'm looking very troubled.
I walk over to give you a hard time and nothing more.
Well, Professor,
Oh, hello.
are you coming here to give me a hard time on nothing more, or perhaps something else?
I'm gonna read this.
Oh, hello, Lily.
Hello.
Well, perhaps
How are
that's what he
She-
needed. He needed help reading it. Maybe that's the problem.
So annoying.
Wow.
That's why I was troubled.
Okay, there's a student missing on a camping trip.
Oh.
Richard Cardigan, did you know?
I was in the middle of reading it until you took it away from my hands. Please
No,
continue.
did you know who that is?
Yes, he is one of my students.
Okay.
You're missing a student.
I'm missing a student, yes.
A junior at Miskatonic University remains missing today, apparently the victim of a camping accident. Fellow camper Henry Atwater was discovered early Sunday morning wandering the streets of West Arkham, suffering from amnesia, and is currently hospitalized. The young man left Arkham Thursday to return Saturday. Police located the campsite beside the river a half-mile northwest of Cabot Road. Hunt found no trace of Richard Cardigan. A search for the missing student was abandoned till tomorrow when a violent thunderstorm erupted. Police and volunteers plan to search again tomorrow. More volunteers are welcome and are requested to meet after daybreak at the Cabot Road Dead End. Cabot Road runs north of the Ellsbury Pike, about 3 miles northwest of Arkham. I write that down. Atwater's condition. Though physically well, Atwater suffers from amnesia and has been entered into the Arkham State Sanitarium. Doctors foresee a full recovery. Police hope he can soon add details to their knowledge and help locate the missing Cardigan. They speculate that the youths may have been struck by lightning Friday evening and fear the Cardigan may have been seriously injured.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, Lily, you missed your calling as a news announcer.
I know.
Oh, this is my cousin Gordon. You remember Gordon?
He's come to my funeral home a few times.
A couple times, yes.
And then obviously when we were growing up and we were much shorter, we spent time together.
Did I bury your grandmother?
Yes, and my grandfather. Yeah. You have this weird fascination with death. I even remember as a kid you always...
Gordon, that's rude. That's
Like,
terribly
well,
rude.
Yeah, I thought
She
you were Canadian.
does.
It's not a weird
It's a
fascination. It's her
fact.
We're not-
profession. If she
yeah.
were a grocer and were fascinated with death, that would be weird. It's literally what she does.
Well, you know what? It gives me the willies.
Oh, okay. Well, that.
Well, I don't think the dead have anything to complain about it.
You're rather chipper.
Yes. Well, no, I'm rather dour. Right now, two of my students are troubled. One is missing and one is insane, it seems.
Oh.
I have my reputation to uphold. I'd rather not have my students come back from a weekend either missing or insane.
Well, you know
Well,
what? This is exactly the kind of thing that my editor would like me to investigate.
Oh.
This is exactly the sort of thing.
I think
Right?
both of your priorities are a little out of whack here. You care about your reputation. You care about your editor.
But what do you
I
care
care
about?
about-
How can we make money off of these missing students?
There's a mystery to solve. There's a missing student.
Well, exactly. But investigative reporting involves finding things.
Okay. All right.
So we can find something, right?
There hasn't been any deaths lately, so I'm willing to accompany you.
Well, let's
Oh.
hope you won't find existing business from this.
No.
Well, I doubt Chester would investigate. That would involve him leaving
Well,
university.
indeed, I'll have you know, esteemed colleague, I will be interviewing my student at Arkham.
Oh, I see. Yes.
But he's
no,
in the
that-
same.
that-
He's in the insane asylum,
Yes.
so you'll have to interview him there.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
at
at
Arkham,
Arkham.
Arkham Asylum.
Yes.
The Arkham
Oh.
Asylum.
Arkham.
The sanitarium. Is that? Do you want to head there right now? Is that what you're saying?
Just
Well,
leave
it
the
seems
bar.
Sunday evening.
No, it's a Sunday
okay.
evening.
Sunday
I'll come
evening.
tomorrow morning.
Okay, because they're continuing the search at the campsite tomorrow morning, so you can.
We can join in on that.
Yeah, but you can also split up. Some of you can go. You can go to the sanitarium. Some of you can go to the campsite, or however you want to do it.
Oh, hello.
I
I
should go
didn't
to
see
the
you there.
sanitarium.
Is it Estelle or Phyllis?
Estelle
It's
Phillips.
Phyllis. Estelle Phyllis.
Have you met Estelle Phyllis?
At functions, it's because you're married, yes? Yes? No?
It's a touchy subject.
Technically.
Yes, technically.
Oh!
Don't look at me like that. I hate it when you scowl.
Ah, well, how should I look?
Don't. Thank you.
This is making me feel very awkward.
I scowl at you, sir.
Frankly, Gordon, that's not hard to do.
Well, geez, can't we just be polite or something?
Have you ever been married?
Oh, no.
Ah, well. Come back to me when you have.
Not till then.
I said don't look at me.
Ooh,
Right.
Right.
Well, I'm game for an investigation. I think that sounds fun.
Of course you would. I shall be at Arkham tomorrow morning.
All right.
Well, with my press credentials, maybe they could let us in tonight, and we could try and talk to this Henry.
Is the storm still happening? I assume because the.
Yeah, I mean it's been stormy like all week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why again did they go to the woods?
The students? They were on a camping trip.
Just camping.
Yeah, just camping trip.
Yeah, you know that there are both their majors are botany, so even though they take classes with you, like that's their focus. So
They are botany majors, and I suppose part of their outing was some of their research.
Was there any history of things happening in the park like this before the woods or wherever they were?
history of
people going
things.
missing?
People
Yeah,
going
so
missing.
going crazy.
I think you can find any place on this planet, and there's a history of people going missing.
Recent history.
Recently, nah, not really. No, there hasn't been like a rash of people disappearing or anything. This is pretty odd. You know, there's always some weird stuff happening in Arkham, but
Well, it has nothing to do with us. I say we continue to party.
Well,
I think that's a great idea.
I
And then
think
tomorrow
that we
morning,
should get to it straight away. It's the
Oh.
first hours that are the most crucial. Really, if anyone is still alive, then now is the time to try to find them. Otherwise, all hope is lost.
yeah. The police have been searching today. They were there this morning, so.
I was just going to say.
But they had to abandon it due to the storm that's happening right
And
now.
the darkness as well. I bet that's something in the way. So, I mean, we go to the insane asylum tonight. We talk to this Henry character, and then tomorrow morning go and help with the search. I need to check my source.
But if we postpone this until tomorrow morning, then I wouldn't have to go out into the field, and instead I could remain indoors inside Arkham Asylum while you are out in the field.
Yeah. I mean, you know it's going to be very unlikely to get in to see the student or to get in to see a patient at the asylum at this time of night. Like that's, especially if he's just been admitted. Like, it's going to be a real long shot. I'm not saying it's impossible.
We mingle at this party.
Yeah.
See if anybody here knows anything.
See if we
Potentially.
can find a gin mill.
Are some of my students who are friends or acquaintances with these two around? Are they here?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some acquaintances here, yeah.
Okay. Well, I point out some of them to you, and I will speak to some, and you feel free to speak to others. Any one of them don't like me?
How would you know?
I don't know.
Everybody's very polite. You're not sure if there's anybody who
Everyone
doesn't
just talks
like
behind
you.
my back.
What's your psychology skill?
My psychology skills 50.
Oh, so you might actually know if people don't like you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple people who, think you're a bit dour as a professor, sure.
Okay. For those, I say if I would not interview them.
Mhm.
That way, maybe they might have some bias into giving me information if they know anything. So maybe you guys can go and interview them and question them at least.
Certainly.
Typical.
All right, so you're just going to kind of walk around and see if you can find out anything
I
about
like her.
Cardigan and Atwater? Is that the plan then? Or
Tonight,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Great. Everyone give me some sort of roll.
Any roll?
Well, tell me what roll you're gonna make, and then I'll tell you if you can use it.
Oh,
I was going to do...
Yep, I'll roll spot hidden.
Probably looking at skills. Spot hidden is not going to get any information here.
But I'll find some spots.
No.
can I roll for driving auto?
Nope.
I'm
Something you would use like
for listen?
persuasion would be a good roll.
Listen! I'm going to use listen!
What do you suggest? Whatever we're supposed to call you?
like persuasion or psychology or
I didn't know if we had to call him Lord or
Mr.
he'd
Lord,
like that.
Doctor, Professor Lord.
Key gate key keeper.
I actually don't have any interest in talking to people. I'm going to go to the library.
I'll do this. One isn't. Oh, you're going to go to the library tonight.
Well, I've got the keys. I'm a professor here.
I'm gonna drink.
Great. All right. Well, everybody else make a persuade roll.
Yes, I'm definitely going to the library.
Was I supposed to?
Is it these ones?
12%.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Out of
If you
50.
succeed, you may check your skill.
That's very good.
What'd I do?
You got an 8.
Okay.
Oh.
So who made successes?
Where's your persuasion?
You.
And Stephanus.
It's you just need to be
want
under
it-
10, which is
lower.
difficult.
Add or under.
And you did it.
Great.
Astellphilus rolled really well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you find out that Henry Atwater was a foundling. He grew up in the Boston orphanage, and he's also a very a really good student, like straight A's all the way across the board. And he's going to Miskatonic University on a scholarship. Who else?
I rolled 12 out of 50.
All right. He had a part-time job at a local florist shop, Almonds Flowers. Anyone else?
Like the nut? Or
I rolled a 67. I think people just laughed at my accent.
Or they didn't understand it. What'd you say?
Pasta.
Huh?
Pasta.
Past the what?
Oh my god.
Are we hungry? Is that?
Great. So that's probably it for tonight. Or you wanted to go to the library tonight?
I do. I want to go to the library.
What are you trying to look up?
I want to just research the area, see if there's any interesting history.
Which area?
The area that they were
Cobalt?
in.
Yeah. The,
Aylesbury
Cabot
Pike
Road.
and Cabot Road and the river next to Cabot Road.
I don't think it's here. I think
Make a make a hard library use roll. So half skill.
oh, this is just university.
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Nope. I made it, but I didn't make a hard one.
Yeah.
University.
But I used that library correctly.
You get kind of groggy, and maybe you do think that there might be some more interesting information at the Arkham Historical Society, but you'll have to go during the day.
It's so pretentious.
Yeah, they are pretentious.
So stuffy.
To be not
They are.
open at late at night on a
They are
Sunday evening.
super pretentious.
No, just
Anyone
in general
else
pretentious.
doing any? Want to get any
Always
crazy things
talking
in
to
the
me
last
about my
few
father.
minutes of
Nope.
nighttime? Great.
Thank you. I shall have a read.
All right, it is now Monday morning,
Welcome to
so
Monday.
you're going to the sanitarium.
Yes.
Who's going to go help with the search?
I will.
You're helping with the search?
I think I'm going to go help with search because I think going to see the amnesiac is probably not going to reveal any new information that'll be worthwhile for this story. So I
Yes,
think
to
the
someone
search-
lacking the proper skills, it wouldn't be worthwhile, yes.
Wow.
Ha!
Do you see why I'm
Did I say a couple people didn't like you? I think maybe it was
Wow.
more than that.
Well, that's put me right off my eggs. I'm not going to finish breakfast.
Oh no, Gordon, you should finish. You know how you get when you're hungry.
Oh, how does it get?
Boy.
I'm just saying.
Is he hard boiled? Sorry. That means a tough guy.
Well, sure.
But it also worked with the eggs.
I played some hockey, right? So I know how to use my fists.
I'm just saying, Gordon. Don't let him ruin your
I'll
breakfast.
eat my eggs, but wow.
Right.
But you were questioning
go
my
to the campsite.
You were questioning my
Great. You're going to the campsite?
wisdom of interviewing
Astellphilus?
an insane
Well,
guy.
it seems that everybody is going to the campsite except for him.
Yes, I'm not going to the campsite.
And really, I would be better off at the campsite. But if you're going alone, then you'll only mess it up. So might as well go with you.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I suppose if we shall go interview my students together.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed. But only because I have to.
Yes, only because perhaps two heads are better than one.
Well, especially when one is incompetent.
I thought you were really
Yes.
eating something,
Oh.
and I'm waiting for you to actually
Or rather, with
you're
this heavy
eating.
thunderstorm, you wouldn't want to injure
then I
yourself
see
out in the
you like
campsite.
this.
Yes.
No, it's
Like,
just
what are
you
you
being
Clumsy that you
incompetent.
can be. Yes.
No, you're just
Finishing my
incompetent.
eggs.
All right. All right. We should agree on separate things.
Great. So we'll go with you two first. You get to the, it's morning, you get to the Arkham Sanitarium, and you're led into the office of a Dr. Hardstrom, who is the physician, the attending physician, who's looking over Atwater. What's your credit rating?
Too high. Too
Yeah,
high.
yeah, 7.
Well, that's good. And you're a doctor of ancient studies, right?
Yeah. Ancient history.
Ancient history. Do either of you have any medical knowledge? Just asking in advance.
I have a medicine of 31%.
So yeah, dabbling of it.
31%.
31%. Okay. Yes. You wanted to see me.
My colleague and I have come to seek information about my student who has been admitted here after...
He's misplaced his student.
Talking about Atwater, of course.
Yes, of course.
Well,
Yes.
he's currently sedated.
Ah.
He's not doing well.
The reason for sedating him was...
Well, he's obviously been through some sort of trauma. We believe he was struck by lightning. And what he needs now is rest and some time to just get his thoughts together.
What sort of burns did you see on his skin?
He was not burned.
And how is he struck by lightning, sir?
Well, I understand that why you would say that, but there are cases of being struck by lightning where there was no damage to the body. Just 3 years ago in New York, there was a case where a man was struck by lightning and he had psychological symptoms, but no physical damage.
What were the psychological symptoms that Atwater was presenting when he was admitted last night?
Well, he has difficulty speaking and a bit of, it's hard to understand what he's saying. But I believe with rest he will recover. We have a fine facility here. The Arkham Sanitarium is one of the finest facilities on the East Coast. You won't find a better facility even in New York, I should think. Is that it? Are we done here?
What are the plans for his discharge?
Well, we'll see how he does. He'll be discharged when he's able to be discharged.
Well, I think
These things take time. You can't force them.
I would like him discharged, and I will employ staff of my own to look after him at my manor.
Hardly think that's acceptable. You're not a family member, are you? Do you have any reason to be able to take him?
No, but he is my student, and he is here on scholarship. I would like to think that the university staff would take care of him.
Well, I know that St. Mary's is a fine medical institution, but I believe he's better off here. And I don't think moving him around to various places is good for him. But when I do discharge him, I will discharge him into your care. I can do that for you. Unless he objects to it.
Of course, of course. See that that happens, Doctor.
Is that a threat?
No.
It sounded like a threat.
I'm just saying that...
All right.
in the meantime, perhaps we can view him.
Yes.
Can you come back perhaps later this week? I don't want him seeing anyone.
I thought he was not conscious.
You just want to look at him.
Yes.
Why?
We both have some sort of medical training. We would like to examine him ourselves.
Just in case there's something that has been missed.
I take umbrage at that. He's been very carefully taken care of, and this is a medical facility. It's not just a psychiatric institute. All right, we We have a full. I am a medical doctor.
This is of no reflection of the adequacy of this institution, of course. This is the most respected institution on all of the West Coast. We know this. East Coast.
And West Coast.
And West Coast. Both coasts.
Make a persuade roll.
Do it again. Do it again.
Can I do it?
No, she was talking.
Well, all right then.
Probably going to take him off sedation later today. If you seem to be genuinely concerned about him. If you come back later today, then perhaps you can have a brief visit with him. A brief visit.
Perhaps we shall return in a few hours.
Perhaps we shall.
Meanwhile, so you're at the campsite, which is northwest of Arkham, at the end of Cabot Road, and there's like about 6 police officers and some other people, kind of all out here looking around. There's basically the campsite was on the river itself. So it's on the other side of the woods. People are looking around. Let's see. Doesn't seem to be a lot out here.
That's for us to decide.
That's fair. At a certain point, like the rain kind of starts again, and a lot of the searchers kind of like clear out, so you're kind of left out there on your own. And then the rain stops. You do notice you're kind of now it's just the few of you. You do notice like a lot of crows congregating at one part of the beach, like a bunch of crows seem to be congregating.
Sorry, you mean
A murder.
A murder of crows.
At the beach, though? You mean along the river?
Yes, along the river, like on a sandbank, basically. There, you see a whole bunch of crows that are kind of gathered there.
Hey, Gordon, did you know that's
they're kind of
called
pecking
a
and squabbling.
murder of crows?
I should go check out the crows. They're
Dash needs
chatting.
some death.
Are you going to
weirding
count
me
them?
out. Yeah, but
I believe it's enough for a murder. I can just.
let's go
It has
check out
been
where
a
the
long
crows
December.
Yes, yes.
are. Let's go.
I'm already headed that way, Gordon.
Well, I'm right behind you. It's me. Hey.
So you're all heading over to where the
Sit.
crows are.
I don't know if Lily is.
I am. I'm the murder of crows.
How many is a murder?
Like
You'd have to count them.
20 or
Perhaps
so.
Mr.
20 or
Jones
30 maybe.
would be near.
Yeah. As you get closer, all the birds fly away, and you see a corpse face down in the sand. It's been partially eaten. And there are flies and maggots.
Are there
What-
any
what
others?
kind
Everybody make a sanity roll.
What kind of bites?
Crow bites.
The crows have been eating them.
Oh.
Sanity.
Oh, that is a critical failure.
Oh, no.
I got 88.
Oh, those doubles are not critical failures in this version.
Oh, what is a critical failure in this version?
Like 90. It depends on what's your sanity.
60.
So critical failure would be a 00 for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
005.
So you got a
That's
5.
five.
So that's good. So you're still going to lose a point because this is quite shocking. You failed your roll.
But I've seen
What'd
so
you
many
get?
dead things.
89.
Okay, you also failed your roll, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
unless
60.
you're the sanest
I'm
person in the
60.
world. So yeah, you're going to lose a point of sanity. You're going to lose 1d4 plus 1.
What? But what?
You failed your roll.
Oh, I thought.
Oh wait, you failed your roll too? You're going to lose a d4 plus 1 as well. I'm sorry. Whew. Man, how much did you lose?
3.
Okay, let me know if you lose 5 all at once.
5 all at once.
Oh, okay. You're going to see if you can fail an intelligence roll.
Okay, but I'm counting backwards 5, yeah?
Yeah, counting backwards from 5.
And then an intelligence.
Yeah, you want to fail an intelligence roll.
And that is.
Higher than your intelligence.
Higher, yes, that's it. And higher than
I wanna be high. Nope, really low.
5%.
Ooh, all right. Well, you're going temporarily insane. you sudden shock. So roll for me. Roll a die 10.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them.
8.
Okay. So you're basically you're having an emotional outburst.
What is holy?
Oh, Lily. No, it's fine.
Doesn't she like death?
What kind of nothing is? Oh,
You know, that's a good point,
weird.
though. Shouldn't her character have some sort of, like, I see dead people all the time?
yeah.
Oh, that's true. You're an undertaker. Hey, that's a really good point. You know what? Forget about this. You just lose 1 point. You automatically make your sanity roll. Yeah. But hey, that was
What
a
just
good.
happened to you, Lily? You went a little bonkers for a second.
Yeah, that's good. No, it's good to remind me of stuff
She
like that.
doesn't like birds.
I thought you were.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's the birds
no, I
that
should've.
bothered her.
Who likes the birds?
Uh,
Those were ravens.
I like
the
birds.
ravens.
I was like, 2 bad guys and 1 person who could look at this body is going insane.
Great.
Are there any officers still around, or have they all...
No, you don't see any. You're kind of
How
on
did they
your
miss
own
this
here.
body?
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good question. Basically, it looks like the river, because of all the rains, has come up and it's
Swollen.
uncovered it. Yeah. So it
Does
was.
it look like cardigan?
Well, it's face
the
down.
person,
Can
not
I-
the sweater.
It's face down.
Can I roll him over?
Yeah, sure. You want to roll them over?
Yep.
All right.
It's true, evidence wasn't a thing in the 20s.
Great.
Well, I have
So
gloves with me.
yeah, you put your gloves on and you reach
that.
down and you roll them over and a hand grabs you. Now you're gonna make a sanity roll for this.
Okay.
All
So
of us,
both
I
of you
think.
are. Yeah, you're also gonna make sanity rolls.
Wasn't expecting that.
No.
It
Fail.
failed.
Okay, everybody who failed is gonna lose 1 die 6 plus 2. All right.
6 sides.
Oh, this
So
is-
I lost 7 points.
Okay. See if you can fail
This is
an intelligence roll.
I feel like you're just proving a
I just-
point here.
Now I go.
Hey guys, don't get attached to your characters.
Okay, well, that your dice roll so well, Joe.
Oh, I see. Now I roll low. I got a 7.
Okay, roll a die 10.
I don't want to. This is terrible. 9.
Ooh, phobia.
Okay.
Let's see, what's a good phobia for you?
Hands.
You're being grabbed?
We're in the first 20 minutes here. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you've barely even gotten into it.
I just lost 4 because, sometimes the calf, after you kill it, kicks and it's still, kind of alive.
What?
When you're making veal.
No, none of us know. None of us.
I've
When you're making the veal.
never killed a calf.
I appreciate your
I've
experience.
dissected
but
it.
We'll just give you necrophobia. That makes sense.
I fear the dead.
Yes, that makes sense.
That's terribly inconvenient.
Yeah.
I am an archaeologist.
I feel the urge doesn't care.
Well, I mean, you're mostly dealing with their stuff, not the actual people. So
We find dead people all the time.
Their bones.
The Fertile Crescent is filled with dead people.
then that's gonna suck for you. Anyway, you have necrophobia. Anyone else? How much you lose?
I lost 4.
You're good.
Oh, it's 8.
Oh, jeez. What was your total?
Oh, 6 plus 2.
No, I mean, how much sanity did you have to start with? 60?
Oh, 60. Now I'm for 51.
So you've lost 9 points. Okay, so that's not quite 20%. If you lose 20% in an hour, you go indefinitely insane, but you're not there yet. Anyway, now we'll just let you keep the same result you had before, so now you have an emotional outburst.
That seems appropriate. I'm going to take a stick and I'm going to try and whack
Where's the hand coming from?
It came from underneath the other body. You now see that there is what looks to be an incredibly old man who's been buried under this body. You're not even sure how he's alive. He's got hair barely straggling off of him. His clothes are in tatters. As you swing the stick, you smack his hand and one of his fingers comes off. And as Crow swoops reaches down and snatches it out of the air and flies away. Make another sanity roll.
Oh my god!
All of us, or just?
All of you.
No,
No, I've turned away because it's a dead body, and I'm so scared
That's
now.
fair. I'll accept that.
I hate dead bodies now, so
48.
I'm
I
going
made
to walk
it.
Okay,
back
you're fine.
into the
No.
woods.
For some reason, that doesn't
I think
shock
Jill
you.
would be immune to that by now.
Is that-
I mean,
does it
a
also
finger
have to do
coming
with-
off.
I saw that in the
Cows.
hockey
I
game.
don't think so.
Oh, hockey game.
Yeah,
right.
guy's finger came off,
Oh,
and
that makes sense.
yeah.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
really?
yeah, totally.
Oh, jeez.
Turtly, turtly,
Turtly.
turtly, turtly.
Fucking hell.
Your,
I mean-
your dice are great.
99.
All right, you're just gonna lose a die 3 right now. Don't roll a 3, otherwise you're going indefinitely insane.
A d6.
And then
roll
you
the
have to have a
6
new
sides.
character.
Wait, what?
Yeah, roll the 6 sides. Yeah.
And then divided by 2. Rounded.
So that's 2 points.
All right, so
Wait, but just to backing up, unless she like takes some time to like go to a psychologist or something, if Jill loses 1 more point of sanity,
in this hour,
oh, okay, cool. Let's just
within
not
an
do anything for an hour.
Yeah, just close your eyes, go rock in a corner.
yeah, you just have if you're just like temporarily
hour of-
insane, it just lasts like a 1 die 10 rounds.
An
so
hour
it's
of game time or an hour of play time?
an hour of game time.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, not playtime, not real time like us in the real world time.
All right. Well, this
So an hour's
guy
passed,
does not seem to
Right?
be.
In like the make-believe?
Yeah, you guys are sitting probably like
exactly.
somewhere drinking some hot coffee, trying to like deal with it. The police are like looking at these bodies. This guy is
I
alive.
think he fast forwarded.
Missing the finger though.
That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
depends on how long. Do you want to like try to like interact with this guy before the police
Yeah,
show
just
up?
like,
or,
sir, what are
or
you
we can skip
doing?
ahead?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Hagrid?
Water.
Hungry
wants
and
water.
Hungry and water. He wants some food and water. Well, I got a cup here. I'll dip it in the creek and give it to him for some water.
No, dude, that's bacteria in there.
What? It's a creek.
Hot water.
Hot water.
Hot
Oh,
water.
no, he's saying at water.
Passes out.
Oh, you're smart.
Hot water was that old guy Henry Atwater? Or was it the kid? Does anyone reckon? We have no one here that recognizes the kid. I'm glad the 2 people stayed behind. Great.
There's only
No,
one
no.
of them.
Wasn't Atwater the one that was in the insane asylum?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, oh, that's
Cardigan
right,
is
yeah.
the missing boy.
Richard Cardigan is the missing boy. Right, you're right. Check my notes. Yep. Do the cops recognize either of these 2 folks?
Yeah, the body, the corpse is Cardigan. The old man, they don't know who this is. He's in like really bad shape. Like,
Well, yeah.
he's.
Is he not bleeding profusely from the finger that he lost?
I mean, he should have suffocated to death. Like he was
That is
buried.
also true.
He was apparently buried underneath this
In
dead
the
body,
mud, under
underwater.
the river.
But he's alive. He's also at this point completely passed out. So an ambulance is coming for him, and they're not really
Police
sure.
custody, yeah. So
They're not really sure what's going on at this point. So you do get the detective on site, Detective Ray Stuckey,
writing
talks
it
to
down.
you. He's like, what happened? You want to tell me what happened?
we saw the crows, and we walked up the river, and there he was. The body was face down. Our undertaker moved the body, and then a hand underneath grabbed it. It was the old man buried underneath the kid.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit in shock. I'm scared of dead bodies now.
It's hard to blame her.
I think a lot of people are scared of dead bodies anyway. I don't think,
That doesn't
that's,
seem unusual, right?
yeah, I mean, I get used to it. I've seen a lot of things, but,
I guess I don't usually see dead bodies that move. I work with dead bodies all the time, but they're very, very dead. This one moved. Or I guess it was terrifying.
It was
It was terrifying.
Hey, listen, I jumped.
well, I appreciate the help.
So there's no reports of a missing old man in the neighborhood, in the area?
I don't think so, no.
Where are you taking him?
I'll probably take him to St. Mary's. It looks like he's in pretty bad shape. I don't know if he'll survive. Surprised you survived that long.
Can we go with you? Go with the body.
Yeah,
Gentlemen.
did you search the body, the old man? I mean, is there
Nothing
any
but rags. The
information?
clothes practically fell off of him. Like,
Hot.
we haven't got.
And what about the cause of death with a cardigan? Because it looks like the crows were eating them, but I don't think that was. I don't think it got started getting
We'll
eaten by
see
crows.
we'll see what the medical examiner says, but
You don't notice anything else then?
you know,
All right. Well,
you all know. You knew this kid? You knew Cardigan?
He's a student at a university that I work at. Oh.
So, did you know him?
Well, no. But a colleague of mine, he was in his class.
All right. Well, thanks for helping out with the search, and you seem like you all have seen something that gave you quite a shock. So.
Yes, we told you about
Yeah,
it.
I
There was
think
an
I gave
old
any-
man.
Yeah, I know. I'm
who-
saying, but looking at you, it looks like you are in various levels of shock. So I'm just saying, get some coffee or something.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
yes.
No, it's Detective Stuckey.
Detective Ray Stuck.
Yeah, I'm not a captain.
I said
Yes. How long you been in the force, Ray?
Oh,
Detective
Mr. Stuckey,
Obvious.
sorry.
12 years.
12 years.
Detective Obvious.
All right. Well,
Let's head back to St. Mary's.
Yeah.
These two.
Well, they're at Arkham.
Oh, the Arkham Sanitarium.
Where
It's
is the
not St. Mary's.
sanitarium?
so you all can kind of meet up before you figure out what your next move is, if you all want to meet up together. And see what's going on.
Could we retroactively have agreed to meet up at my library?
Yeah, sure.
Has an hour passed? Am I better?
Yeah, it's about noon now.
So what do I do
I
on
would say you're better.
Do I move anything on here? Or I go back to the beginning? Like back to 60?
No, I don't think so.
No. That's why I meant you're not better.
I thought it was after an hour I get to wipe all that clean.
No, your sanity barely ever comes back. It mostly goes away.
Ooh, lovely.
Yeah.
I'll have a lunch. I'll have my servants. I'll have a luncheon spread out, so that when everyone gathers, they can have lunch.
All right.
Oh, that's nice of
What
you.
kind of food is that?
Fancy spread.
It's cold meats
Man,
and
it's gotta be
cheese
fish.
and bread and stuff.
Lobster.
And did you get cucumber sandwiches for me?
Yes.
With
And
watercress.
the servants knew that. I didn't need to order it. They already knew that.
With watercress?
Yes.
Margarine, not butter.
I think I didn't tell them to restock the margarine, so it's probably just butter.
You know what? We grow a lot of rapeseed in Alberta. That's what margarine's made out of.
Let's not talk about.
What? It's called rapeseed. It hasn't been changed to canola yet.
It is?
Originally.
It's rapeseed. That's how I know it's I'm not even.
It's the 20s.
I brought my aspirin. I'm fine.
That'll restore sanity.
As they walk into the library at my house, I guess
You lay out some dead bodies.
we're probably in the process of eating or something, or whatever. So
They're not rolling. What did you say? They're rolling the dead body into your house?
no,
Did I
that's
miss them?
As we are entering.
Oh.
Or you
joke, it was a
Darren.
joke.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll tell you the story.
Well, first of all, that was a fairly traumatic experience for the both of us, being surrounded by all those crazy people, losing their sanity in this institution that we were at this morning. I trust that your events were a little bit less traumatic.
Well, you are trusted wrong.
Mm.
Yes, you're going and talking to someone was far less eventful than us finding a corpse with an old man underneath it.
Yes, that does sound more traumatic.
And not just any old man, a living old man.
Oh dear.
Also,
This one was animated.
very sorry that was terribly blunt. Your student is dead.
Mm.
Why are you laughing?
In the newspaper
Ash
business,
is
that's called
laughing.
burying the lead, I think. You buried the lead.
Sydney's not laughing. Ash is laughing.
Okay.
At Sydney's rudeness.
What do I know of this guy's background?
Who? Richard?
Richard Cardigan.
Also a really good student. Both of them are very good students. Yeah.
That's
You know, his family, like his dad is a prominent banker.
Okay.
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, in Boston, you believe.
It could be an angle. It could be like kidnapping and extortion sort of thing.
There's no finds him.
Well, not that we know of.
He's dead.
Could have gone awry.
Well, the doctor promised us another interview with Atwater.
Yes, we basically
Later
just
this-
went and made an appointment.
Yes, pretty much.
Yes, that actually doesn't seem stressful at all. I don't know why.
Oh, it was quite stressful. There's so many people there insane. Locked up behind
He's
bars.
referring
never
to
mind.
me.
Did you chat with any of
I
these people?
was not! You see?
Did you
see?
interact with the insane people?
No, we only
No.
spoke
You
to
just
the-
knew that they
Knew
were
they were
there
there.
and that was stressful.
Yes, they were on the other side of the wall.
So you know they're there now, right? Are you feeling stressed now? Because they're there.
Slightly less, yes.
Can I talk to the old man? Can I go to St. Mary's and see how he is doing?
Sure. Yeah, you basically find out that he is unconscious currently, and he's not.
He
Not
doesn't
responding.
have a proper identification yet.
No one knows who he is. Yeah, he had no ID on him. There's not really been reports of anyone missing. It's very strange.
Is he missing any other appendages?
No, but he does have his spine is twisted, and he has a kind of a hunch, like it's deformed. His spine is
it-
badly deformed.
Naturally so, or like he's been, does it seem like a natural occurrence, or was it forced upon him?
It does seem like probably an injury, like a massive, some sort of massive back trauma.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor old chap.
Well, if that's what you're doing, if you're going to do
Well, I've
that,
already done it. It didn't yield anything.
while she's doing that, I'm thinking that whoever he is probably came from upstream, not downstream, because if he was washed down and under the body. So I want to go to the newspaper offices and look through past newspapers to see if there's been anyone reported missing upstream somewhere.
Go ahead and make a library use roll.
Library.
Let me know if you need help, cousin.
You want to come with me?
Yes, I'd love to.
Okay,
Can I help
good.
him librarily?
Please.
Sure.
58, I find nothing.
What was your skill?
20.
Oh, go ahead and make a roll.
Yeah, I'm not even close.
Oh, I got 6.
Yeah. No one is missing upstream. Yeah, definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah. You can say with certainty.
Yes.
So that's gonna take you. That's gonna take you probably a few hours to do that. What are the rest of you doing?
Can I go with them to see the Atwater?
Sure.
I went, well, she went to say that.
I was
She
quick.
probably called them.
So you're going back to see Atwater, and you're going with them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So as you were kind of heading in, you see a familiar face come out. It's Detective Stuckey.
Hey, Detective Obvious.
Don't call me that. What are you doing here?
Well, we'd like to go see Atwater.
Yeah, well, he's not doing that great.
Well,
Well, I have an appointment with him and I will see him.
You have an appointment to see someone who's in a hospital.
Yes.
may I ask what?
Does he have a secretary that you talk to?
I spoke to the doctor in charge of him this morning, sir.
Dr. Hardstrom.
Yes.
And Hardstrom very clearly and explicitly said to come back now.
Dr. Hardstrom walks up. He says, I said yes. One of you may go in and talk to him. I don't want a large group of people troubling him. So who should it be? I
Still
think
Phyllis.
probably you. You knew him.
Yes.
But
Shall
he's
be
in
me.
The rest of you can wait outside, and I will come with you. And if he becomes agitated, we must end the interview.
Fine.
Okay.
We can hang out. So
Yeah.
tell me about that new book you're reading.
Oh, it's really great.
So the doctor brings you in, and you
Well,
see.
What's his condition? I mean, is he like conscious?
His eyes are kind of closed, but when you come in, he kind of opens them and looks at you, and then kind of looks away. Don't see any recognition.
I call his name out. What's his first name again?
Henry.
Henry. All right. Mr. Atwater. Henry Atwater.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
Not so good, though. Lightning burnt it out.
Do I notice any like burn marks on him or anything? No.
Not at all. He looks in good shape.
Do you know what happened to Cardigan?
I don't know.
Well, we're still looking for him. Do you know if he's injured?
I'm getting a bit tired now. It's time to sleep, I think.
Can I?
Ask how old he is.
He's an old fisherman.
Very eclectic student body.
I want to ask him a question of what do you remember what my last lecture was about? The last time you were in class with me.
I'm tired now.
Is that how he sounded as a student?
No. Anyway, the doctor's like, that's it. We're done here.
Can I persuade him to talk?
No.
No, I mean the doctor.
No.
Okay. Well, I tell you, whoever's there, that is not the person. That's not my student.
It's not physically. It's not.
It looks like him. I recognize him physically. However, his demeanor, his personality, I don't think the man is my student.
You mean he is changed, or he's just in shock?
So at this point, you guys are no longer at the hospital. I'm assuming you're meeting somewhere else.
Sure.
You're no longer at the sanitarium.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Meet back with Gordon and Sidney.
Yeah. No, you're all back together. I think at this point.
Okay.
It's
So
about 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
It's as if he was a different personality.
Does he sound like an old sea captain?
Did that sound like an old sea captain?
You want to make a history roll?
Sure.
Or what else?
I mean,
How much is your history? You got a good history roll?
50.
Yeah, make a roll.
I would hope for a professor.
38.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously this was my performance notwithstanding. His accent sounded archaic,
Oh.
like oddly, archaic.
But he was speaking English. It was just a weird accent.
Yeah, and also just the turn of phrase though was like he was using you've read in old historical documents, like it sounded archaic.
So it didn't sound like it was him.
I don't think I've witnessed him speaking that way before. Does it sound I wish you were there. Maybe the accent would be more familiar to you.
You know, I don't study accents. It's just everyone's
that's
dead
right.
already,
Yes,
but they don't talk.
You're only an archaeologist. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a very famous, successful archaeologist that travels the world.
Yes, we get it. We get it. I'm very happy with my profession.
No one said you shouldn't be.
Just felt okay. Fine. You're very famous. You travel the world.
So one might say that he's possessed.
Yes.
However,
well.
would I have heard of anything like this in stories or documents or any kind of I've got a cult in archaeology.
How much occult do you have?
35.
I mean, you've definitely heard of, reincarnation. People channeling old, lives that they had, that they'd lived. You've certainly heard of that. You've definitely heard of cases of possession. The cases of possession you've heard of mostly, though, it's possession by like some sort of demonic or angelic entity. This is, you know, that could be that. Like maybe it's, you know, it could be something pretending to be something else, or
Right? Could be a demon pretending to be something else.
yeah.
You know, in
Not a demon.
I don't know if you're familiar with Dr. Breasted. He recently discovered the Book of the Dead in Egypt, and there were some parts of that talk about things like this sort of possession of bringing back a different soul into the body of someone through rituals. And I wonder if there was a ritual performed on this child. Fascinating.
Well, I suppose then that points us in the right direction for some literary research.
I'm wondering though, also, if while you research, if the body of Richard Cardigan is over at the Elazar funeral home.
Well, they're probably still doing a coroner's check on it, I'd guess, right?
Yeah. No, it's at St. Mary's because that's where
That's where they took him.
Yeah. St. Mary's is like the medical. It's part of Miskatonic University, but it's also a full hospital.
Oh.
But it's like also a really nice hospital
But I
because
bet
it's
you
like
have,
a teaching hospital.
A lot of access to the coronary room. What is it called there?
You probably know some people over there. You might be able
I
to
know
talk to
some
someone.
people.
Yeah, that's probably it. Morgue, yeah.
Yes, I bet you could go and say, "Oh, I'm checking out the body." See, you have to prep to see how much. I don't know. Do you put makeup on it, or how do you make the face?
Formaldehyde. Drain it.
Right. But do you ever make up the?
Yeah.
Anyway, I could probably go.
I think I'll do that. Anybody care to join me?
Well, as a reporter, I think it's my duty to follow up on these clues.
I have no interest in seeing dead bodies right now.
Understood.
Shall we go to the library?
Yes.
All right. Yes.
Estelle Phyllis?
So I think I'll come with you.
Well, that's a jolly fun body.
I was going to call it Jolly.
Oh, that's back when we were kids. We said
said
jolly.
jolly all the
Yeah.
time.
All right, very good. Let's go.
Great. So,
Can I drive there an animal?
Yeah, sure.
Let's drive.
In the hearse.
In the hearse.
Swell.
You'll enjoy this, Gordon.
Hmm.
It's a hearse with a name.
Animal.
And
Great.
she's a
So
lady
who all's
hearse
going
driver.
to St. Mary's?
Us three, I believe.
All right. I wonder who's the medical examiner in this case.
I'm sure I don't know, but I'll ask at the front desk. Hey, pal.
So, Gordon, you like my hearse?
It's very macabre.
We haven't met your boyfriend yet.
Oh yes, her boyfriend.
This is my bow. I have a bow.
Of course you do, darling.
Just because you haven't met him doesn't mean he doesn't exist.
Oh, is he from Canada?
No, I got Animal from his dealership.
No.
Thornton Washburn.
I'm sorry, did you just look up your beau's name?
It's right there on the pink slip. Sold it to him.
Yeah. I just call him Bo. So, yeah. My little Bo. Thornton Washburn. Make small talk while we figure out who the medical
Where the corner is.
I hope it's a bow. I don't know.
Okay.
Great. So, yeah, you have a friend who works in the office. His name is Cornelius Sprague.
Hi, Cornelius.
Hey, Lily, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good, actually.
Is
Yeah.
it? Yeah?
Yeah. How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah?
You know.
How was that convention you went to?
Oh, we found out like there's this really cool new embalming fluid that like it works a lot better than the other stuff. It's like, yeah,
That's great.
yeah,
I'm going to have to take a look into that.
yeah. You should.
Ah,
Man, dead things are so cool.
no kidding. Right?
Yeah.
Speaking of, do you think you could let me in to see Mr. Cardigan?
Nice segue.
What you mean, the kid?
Yeah.
The police
Cornelius.
I can't just let you in there. The
Well, can
police,
we-
they're investigating that.
Have you looked at the body?
No. Doc Houston did. Apparently, he was like beaten to death.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
What else do you know, my dear?
I think the police found like a bloody shovel up there. So I think, I don't know, maybe.
Beaten with a shovel?
Yeah, maybe is I mean, if you end up working on him, it's like you're gonna have your work cut out for you. You know what I
That's
mean?
exciting.
Is it? I don't. It seems like it'd be hard to reconstruct all
I
that.
like a challenge.
Well, you'll get one with him.
I'm excited about
Yeah.
that. You
And
wanna-
also looks like he was being eaten by birds too. So
Yeah, we
So
saw
it's
that.
on his face, yeah. His face is all
yeah, there's not.
not much of a face. Well, it could be a closed casket.
I think it should be.
Yeah.
I think it should be.
So
a
it
closed
still
casket.
comes to us. I don't do much work then.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
Hey, if his face was gone, I hope you don't mind me asking. Sorry.
This is Gordon.
Gordon, I don't have to look at my name. Gordon Gamble, Canadian Free Press. Just wondering if he didn't have a face, how did you identify the body?
We use dental records. Yeah. I mean, also his clothes, and he had his ID on him. I mean, he's the missing kid. I mean, it's.
Yeah, Gordon. Sorry about that.
Well,
Cornelius.
someone without a face, you can switch the bodies and you can put an ID on them, and it's not necessarily the truth. I'm just saying.
No.
But
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
dental
that's
records, I get that. That's good. I get it. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, he was wealthy, so he has dental records. Some people don't have dental records, and you can't really do anything about that.
In Canada, we have socialized medicine.
Ugh.
I wonder if the eyes.
Shut up about that.
Were the eyes still there?
No one wants that.
I'm not there. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Were the eyes still there, Cornelius?
No.
Well, I think that's the first thing the crows go.
That's
for,
first
the
thing the
soft part.
crows eat.
I
Everybody
just
knows
heard
that.
a little birdie in my ear asking that, and
Yeah.
so I thought I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There would be a
Can we-
follow-up joke to that.
So, anything else from the coroner's report? Just beaten with a shovel and eaten by
Who's
birds?
this guy?
It's Gordon.
I
He's from
introduced
the Canadian
myself,
Free
Gordon
Press.
Gamble from the Canadian Free Press.
Oh, all right. Hey, Gordon.
Hey.
Wait a minute. I'm not supposed to tell this shit to reporters.
He's not a real reporter. He's from Canada.
That doesn't matter. Look, you can't print any of this stuff. All right, I will get in trouble.
This won't. I'm not going to be able to print this for a week or two until
No,
it gets
you're-
back to my editor.
Can we talk to the doctor?
No, I
Just
gotta
me,
go.
just
I gotta go.
All right, but let me know when we can talk about
Throws a
this.
cigarette down.
Talk
Goes
about.
back
Smoking?
inside.
I guess that's what people are.
You guys are like right outside of like the loading
Okay.
area. In my mind.
Fair enough.
Well, that didn't go too well.
We learned some stuff.
All right, what's everybody else doing?
We're going to the
I
library.
go to the library.
All right, great. What are you looking for?
Oh.
You going to the
Library.
Miskatonic Library?
Yes.
What are our options?
Well, there's also the Historical Society.
I would like to go to the Historical Society.
Yeah, you went articles about it.
I love history. I'm not scared of that at all.
Historical Society is very exclusive. You can definitely get in.
Yes.
And I don't know, you probably have a membership. I would assume.
Of course I do.
Great. The Arkham Historical Society. Built in 1761, the house was built for Captain James Pingree, a successful ship owner and trader.
When was it built?
1761.
Yes, but of
It's an
course
old house.
Very familiar with the Pingree family, obviously.
Yes. Later on, George Baldwin was a boarder in the house between the years of 1806 and 1844, and an amateur historian and journalist. His diaries and papers now reside in the Society's archives. The house was willed to the Society in 1906 by one of the Society's own co-founders, Mrs. That's helpful. Mrs. Ethel Pingree. The Pingree Baldwin House is open to the public Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Wait, so it's not exclusive at all if it's open to the public.
Well, but to get into some of the records, you need to
okay,
have like
okay.
a membership.
They have exclusive rooms.
Yeah.
Perhaps you
Yeah.
haven't seen them.
No, I have. But there's never really an occasion when I'm using their facilities, you see, because I have my own in my house.
You have
Yeah,
your
no.
own historical society
Oh,
I heard
in your
facilities.
house.
Yeah, actually, probably won't be able to go today
Why not?
because it's almost closed.
No, it's fine. We're members.
oh.
Well, we may require extended hours of research, you see.
And we're members. We're obviously being let in because we work for the university.
Is it a clerk that's telling us no, or about to close?
The door is actually just locked.
Oh, I'm just going to knock. Hello? Hello, Terry, are you in there? Knock, 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 knock.
The receptionist's name is Alice, I believe, not Terry.
I wasn't asking for Alice.
Oh, all right.
I was asking to see if
who's
Terry was
Terry?
there. Terry's one of the clerks. Clerks.
Clerks.
He
I
puts-
guess
he
Mid-Atlantic is clerks.
He puts books away.
All right.
I really can't be bothered with their professions. He's just very helpful.
Hello.
Is it Terry?
No, it's Mr. Peabody.
Ooh. Hello, Mr. Peabody.
We're
Oh,
Good evening, Mr. Peabody.
No, I
We're
know,
closed.
darling.
We're
I know. I know you usually always seem to pop in for a bit. I'd love to use my usual room if that's okay.
Why? What? Why? No, it's... Come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow, please.
Oh.
Tomorrow, please.
Oh, Mr. Peabody.
No, tomorrow.
Why? It's not
Because
even
we're
5.
closed. We're closed.
It's not even 5.
No, it is 5.
No, it's barely 5. At best.
I have an appointment this evening.
Oh, well, we'll lock up.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
How's your humidor lately, Mr. Peabody? Well stocked or running low?
All right, quickly, come in.
My sister has a new shipment. She sent me. You may have a box.
All right. What do you need?
We're here to do some research, though.
All right.
Yes.
What are you researching?
I'd love to look up with the history of the area predating the current civilization or current city. If there's any sort of maybe indigenous peoples or anything. What was the term you used in describing his voice?
Yeah. So if you want to look at the history of that place, I can look.
Archaic.
I can
Archaic.
find.
There is a section on Native Americans. Yeah.
And I-
But specifically
Although at
in
the time,
this area.
yeah, it would be called Indians, but yeah.
Well,
Now we will say Native Americans.
I'm a traveled person.
if you're gonna research,
There's several sections like this. The
Yes.
place like has all sorts of
I'd like to look up the history of the area, specifically the archaic peoples.
Okay. If she's going to research that, then I'll try to kind of get an inkling of what that accent was. Is that possible? Maybe look up some linguistic books or something that they would have.
Sure. You make a library use roll. You make a library use roll.
You make a library use roll. Everybody gets a library use roll.
Fudge.
You fail your roll.
I got a
Alright.
99.
Wow. Did you just burn that book you touched?
Wow. Yeah.
It's not the worst roll, but it almost
But
is.
pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You forget everything you know about the native humans of the region.
I rolled an 81. I failed too.
All right. So okay, you guys are done
It's just,
for now.
we're just tired. We'll come back tomorrow.
Come
This
back
library
tomorrow.
Is useless.
Come back tomorrow. I look forward
Wow.
to the new additions to my humidor.
Yes. Of course.
All right. Anything else? Want to do anything for the rest of the evening? Before
I would like
tonight's
to
day?
use spot hidden to see if there's anything weird or unusual in the historical society. Like if people have been gathering in the back.
Okay.
I'm making it.
No, they have not. Great. Anyone else want to do anything for the rest of the day?
Just gonna type up my notes. I think that's That's what I gotta do.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a drink. Want to come,
Yeah,
Estelle,
I'll
Phyllis?
join you.
Are we
You'll have to
joining
find
back
a
up?
speakeasy because prohibition is happening.
Yeah,
It's-
we're gonna go to the speakeasy.
I should go to the speakeasy to meet you because we clearly decided on that.
All right. Yeah. You also see Detective Stucky there.
Hey!
Hey, shut up.
Hey.
Hey.
Are you here for
Nope.
business or pleasure, Detective Stucky?
Neither.
I mean, if you were here for business, you'd be arresting everybody.
It's actually a fair question.
Yeah.
Should we be concerned?
He like picks up a glass of bourbon and drinks it and sets it back down, and the bartender
clearly-
pours more bourbon in it.
Could be undercover.
He's clearly undercover.
I don't think we should trust him.
Hey, Stucky, why don't you buy us around?
Why don't you buy me around?
All right, deal.
What?
You terrible advice.
Well, I mean, he
Some
could,
negotiation.
I mean, it's gonna be cheaper. There's only one of me. Why would I buy you around?
To prove that you're not undercover.
yes.
Because we're a group of pretty ladies.
Right,
Well,
because
two of the three are
a
pretty
police
ladies.
officer would never buy booze for
No,
someone.
I'm the toad.
No, you're lovely.
No, I'm a
We're
toad.
a group of lovely ladies.
I'm a toad.
It's odd that we would be buying you a beverage in the 20s.
What do you say, Stucky?
Wait, isn't one of you a suffragette?
Not the one talking. It's me. I'm talking.
Yeah,
I'm not a suffragette.
yeah, yeah.
I'd like to. All right. Sydney here is going to buy around for everybody. And maybe we can talk.
Wait, what?
You're the wealthiest one. I have no money.
That's true. I have lots of cash on
Actually,
me right
he's
now.
the wealthiest.
I'm
But
not
he's
there.
not here.
Oh, you guys
I'm
are there.
the
Yeah.
wealthiest
All
one in the
right.
room.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
Tell me, this was a weird case, don't you think, Stucky?
Yeah.
Have you seen anything like this before?
No.
Man, whoever beat this guy is a real monster.
Wait, what'd you say? Whoever did what to the
I
what
mean-
guy? Be more specific. What do you mean?
Cardigan?
What happened to Cardigan?
Well, we saw him.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
we were the ones,
We were the ones that found
the
him.
body.
Right.
You don't remember that?
No, I remember that, but you seem to have real specific information about what happened to him.
I don't think that matters.
I don't. I think it was quite obvious when we saw the body that he was beaten.
Perhaps.
Eaten, then eaten. Like
Hmm.
crows.
That's right. I know. I'm telling you, we're not giving you any new information that we didn't ascertain. Is that the right word? From what we witnessed. Stucky, stop being so paranoid.
I'm not paranoid.
That's right.
You just seem to have a lot of interest in this case. That's all, and
Well,
I'm
we
interested
found
in.
the body, hence now my interest is piqued very much. I enjoy dead bodies and the mystery that surround them. I imagine you do too, hence you got into this profession.
You see a police officer in uniform is making his way towards Detective Stucky through the. He looks uncomfortable to be in the speakeasy, but he's going to up to Detective Stucky, and he's like, anyone want to make a listen roll?
Yes. Well, I mean, who has good listen?
I do. I'm not there.
I only have the 20.
Where are you?
I do too.
You can all try to make the roll. All of you can try to make the roll.
I didn't. I'm distracted by booze, clearly.
31.
33.
All right. Stucky's like, and then the officer kind of looks all of you and makes his way back out. And Stucky finishes his drink and he gets up and he looks like he's troubled about something.
Hey, Stucky baby, can I buy you another round?
No, I gotta get back to work.
You're on the clock now?
I was on the clock before, but I was having a drink.
Hey,
Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Rain
Can
check,
I have a
Stucky,
word with
baby.
you?
Yeah.
I think we should follow him.
That's why you're my best friend. Because you're a smarty pants.
I'm right here.
Are you following Ray Stucky?
yeah.
We're gonna wait a bit. We're not
You're just
immediate.
gonna glue yourselves to him and follow him.
Yeah, I think we're going to follow him.
All right, Stucky.
Who's driving?
Oh, me.
Well, I have a lot of stealth.
Do you have a lot of drive? Like
I
auto.
do.
I
Actually,
have
yeah.
79.
Helen has really good drive auto. You have good drive auto?
I have 79.
You take
Oh.
20.
Oh, never mind.
I drive a hearse.
You're right. You have
Never
good
mind.
drive auto.
Yeah.
Make a drive roll.
Too many crickets.
Jiminy Crickets.
I have the stealth, not the drive.
Conspicuous, a hearse following you.
Nice.
What is the 60?
That works.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 60. Right?
Yes.
Out of 79.
Although
Can I help? I
a
have good
hearse
drive and
is
I'm a
pretty
navigator.
conspicuous.
I'm helping navigate with my drive skill.
He doesn't notice.
Yeah.
He's drunk. All right. So he goes to the sanitarium, and he goes into the sanitarium.
Mm-hmm. Is there a way we can get in?
Is this
Past visiting hours, you can go into the lobby.
what Atwater is?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the stressful place?
I don't know.
Yes, according to my soon-to-be ex-husband.
Not there.
All right.
I'm in my
Ladies,
study.
how
at
do
home.
you suggest we get inside?
Well, I say that we follow him in.
What do we say?
He's
when
already
he-
inside.
What do we say when he asks why we're here?
Well, we hide ourselves. We don't let ourselves be seen by him.
Oh.
Perhaps what we could do is disguise ourselves as workers and put on white jackets.
Do you have any?
I'm sure we could procure some.
But not really fast.
A police car pulls up, and a couple officers get out in uniform. Stucky comes out of the sanitarium and talks to them for a bit.
Can we listen?
You're in the car, not close, so no, you can't listen to what they're saying. And then Stucky gets in his car and he drives away. The officers, they kind of stay at their car.
Okay, should we follow Stucky again, or should we try to get in? Or talk to the other officers?
Stucky's gone.
I haven't been here yet. I could say that I'm related to the boy. And that you, my friends who came here earlier, being concerned, have brought me. Now yes. Yes.
Let's give it a shot.
All right. Let's go inside.
All right. You see behind the counter, there's like a really tough-looking gentleman, obviously the night orderly, at the front desk. Yeah, he looks big and very strong.
Sydney, go in
And,
play the part of a very distraught relative, as if like you can only be calmed down if you see him. Okay, it's a thought. Like he can't take women crying, kind of thing, right?
Oh, okay. I'm going to think of dead people.
Make a sanity roll.
And just
No!
I'm just trying to meth it out. Did I want to get less?
I don't know.
Yes?
Did you make it?
I yes.
All right. You're able to think of dead people without it bothering you too much, but bothering you enough that you look legitimately distraught.
Yes. Okay. All right. Go.
Oh no, this is gonna be
So
bad.
I go in, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm here to see my nephew. Is he here? Is he okay? What has happened to him?
Who's your nephew? Who's your nephew?
My God, and Henry Atwater! Where have you been? He must be.
It's all right, dear. It's all right.
It's not all right.
I know it's not all right. How could
lying
this?
in an
I
asylum.
know. We need to see him. We need to see him.
Right away. Immediately.
We have to.
All right.
He run with his friend past. Oh, the boy.
He gets up and goes to the back, and Dr. Hardstrom comes out.
Long hours.
I turn away.
Can I help you?
I hope so. I'm here to see my nephew Henry.
Henry Atwater?
And I'm crying. Yes.
Please sit down.
Why?
Henry is no longer on the premises.
What do you mean? Has he been discharged? They would have called me.
He looks over at the orderly and they kind of share a look. He has escaped.
What?
But we will... What are you doing here? Wait a minute. Are you... Wait. Who are you?
This is... Lily is my friend. She was here earlier. Henry's professor was very concerned.
Who are you?
I'm his aunt, Oisley. Why are you attacking me when you've lost my nephew? How dare you?
Henry was an orphan.
Oh, bless.
So he was a foundling. What a dare he wasn't an orphan. He was not alone in the world. He had people that loved him. How dare you judge him and put him in some sort of class box? Is that why you lost him? Is that why? Because you thought no one in the world cared for him?
I thought that he was sedated. How did he escape?
We don't know.
This is very serious.
Yes. Well, I'm sure he'll be found. The police have been notified. Detective Stuckey is on the case.
Yeah, that drunk.
Well, I agree with you there. Anyway.
How long has he been gone?
A couple hours, perhaps.
Did he take anything with him?
He's already seen you, darling.
No. Anyway. We're done here.
Clearly.
You can talk to the police. I'm sure they'll know if anything develops. Anyway, I think it's about time to take a break.
Wait.
Everyone ready to take a break?
Yes.
All right. Break. I'm going to push this button. This causes the break. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. And we're back! This is a thing that the Unreliable Narrators do, in case you didn't know. Yeah. Yeah, cool. All right, so we're back. So, it's Monday night was when we finished. Yep. So now it is Tuesday morning. And there is a little bit of a press conference this morning, and Detective Stuckey's answering some questions.
I'm there!
Yeah. All right. Anyone else want to be there?
I don't think Stuckey wants to see me.
I think he does.
I would like to do some research
All right, I'll go.
on this guy, on his background at the student personnel office.
Okay.
But
After I've had my coffee, I'm going to go back to the Historical Society and try again.
All right.
I was tired is all.
99.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to this press conference.
Okay. You do know that Stuckey, he kind of sent a message to y'all that it's like he kind of wants to talk to you after the press conference.
Oh, okay.
We did not know that.
I did not.
Yeah. I know. I'm letting you know that now.
Well, I'll meet you after the press conference then.
You'll go early to the historical.
Yes, very early.
All right.
My
Well,
cup
how
of
early
Joe.
is this press conference?
Yeah. I mean, you won't, like, if it takes, like, at least half a day to get value from a library's roll, so you can either go meet Stuckey or go to the thing, but you can't do both.
You can go after.
That's fine.
Or we can tell you what happened.
Yeah, just tell me what happened. I'll go to the library.
All right.
Were you going to the library?
the library
Or the
or
Historical
the Historical
Society.
Society?
Historical Society.
The library in the Historical Society.
They have books. But if I roll 99, I'm leaving. I'm going to the press conference.
You sure you just don't want to go to the library later when everybody can go with you?
Yes, fine, we'll go later.
All right. All right, so you're all at the press conference. So yeah, it's officially it's officially mentioned that Atwater has escaped from the sanitarium. People aren't sure how it happened. It's almost like he kind of disappeared out of the sanitarium from what people are saying. And they also have confirmed that he is a suspect in the they're calling it a murder of Cardigan now, which is very troubling for quite a few people because he's a really well-liked student, and this is very strange. But they're just saying all right now that he's a potential person of interest, a suspect, and so they don't know anything for sure. Yeah. Yes.
What about the old guy?
Is that how you phrase it?
The geriatric gentleman.
He is not currently able to speak to us. We have not been able to ask him any questions. Our current theory is that his presence is unrelated.
Just a point, sir. I was there when he was found, and he did say Henry Atwater's name. So how can you say it's unrelated?
I'm sure that is possibly a coincidence.
Just randomly, person buried underneath the friend of Henry Atwater comes out of the mud and says, Henry Atwater.
He might have been there for the assault. Maybe he was a witness, and Atwater was trying to silence him. Maybe he heard Atwater's name. I mean,
Atwater said, "I'm Atwater."
Maybe Cardigan said it. I don't know. Look, and also I'm not entirely sure that that's what he said because I wasn't there for that. You were there for that.
I was there, sir, and I'm a reporter. I take down the facts. I repeat the facts.
But you didn't repeat them to the cops when they
Yeah, I
asked
mentioned
you about
that.
the body.
You weren't there when I got deposed.
I was.
And so we...
Jeepers.
Yes.
So you haven't identified who this old gentleman is yet?
We have not identified him.
What's the problem?
What do you mean?
Well, why haven't you?
He has no ID. There's no missing persons in the area.
It's not communicative.
If you know what, why don't you meet me afterwards? Maybe you can help.
I will.
Anything else? All right, thank you. Oh God. Yes.
How was your evening?
You know what,
All right.
officer?
Yeah,
No
we're
more
done. I
questions.
think we're done. I think we're done. Questions are done, I think. All right. Great. So yeah, he meets you all basically at a cafe nearby. It's about noon now. And he says,
Wait.
Oh,
I wasn't at the press conference, right? I was trying to read.
you were looking at student records.
Yes, that's
yeah.
right, yeah. Okay.
So what do you want to find out with the student
I wanted
records?
to. I mean, he's a foundling. I just kind of want more of his background and stuff like that, and at least whatever records that the university will have on him.
I mean, you don't need to make a roll. He had like really good grades.
Right.
In fact, he was always on the honor roll.
So if he's so who were his adopted parents? Let's say. Is he from?
He
Arkham?
wasn't. He came out of the system. He stayed at foster homes. He never had any adopted parents.
Mm.
Yeah.
And there was no like history of odd behavior, criminal behavior from this guy.
Not at all.
Not at all.
He was a good kid. You knew he was a good kid.
Yeah, I knew he was a good kid. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I will go meet them then, I guess, for that.
Well, no, that's what you were
that
doing.
was the
Remember,
halfway
like,
thing?
you can't do both things. You can't.
Oh,
both,
okay,
right?
I get it.
It's
Okay,
half
that's
a day.
fine. That's cool.
Good.
That's cool.
So the rest of you are
Meeting
We
Detective
talked about
Stucky.
that at length.
we mentioned it. Yes. Okay, so the rest of you are with
Stucky!
yes, Detective Stucky. Thank you for your hard-hitting questions at the press conference. That was
I was surprised you didn't invite any actual press. I mean, except for the Free Press of Canada.
no, there were
obviously.
actual press there.
I didn't hear any questions from them.
Well, I'm not going to role play out all the questions. I told you the general information that you heard at the press conference. I'm not going to go like, what about this, Detective Stucky? Well, Detective, reporter Hand from the Hand Daily. Anyway.
I don't know. I would have liked to see that.
Okay.
I
Maybe
would've
next
liked to see
time. Maybe
this.
next time I'll do that. All right. So anyway,
Stucky.
Here's the thing. This case is unusual, and you all seem to have an interest in it. I thought perhaps we could share information and help each other.
Oh, Stucky.
What information do you have?
What information do you have?
No, I mean, we asked the question. I can't answer it with a question that's just very juvenile.
No, that's, this is a negotiation.
Can I get you a
Right.
drink?
Not right now.
I was going to ask for a coffee.
Oh! I never touched the stuff.
Tea?
Listen,
Scotch.
we Well, one bit of information is that when the student Henry Atwater spoke, he seemed to speak with an archaic accent and tone to our esteemed professor.
To
who's
clarify,
not
he
here.
didn't have the same dialect that the student did before his accident.
You're saying that when the kid spoke, he had an accent.
A different accent, yes.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
That was we
I don't know.
used
You want
English,
information.
yes.
This is what we
I
learned.
know, but I'm just trying to, like, that seems strange to me. That's one of the reasons why...
It's terribly strange.
If you can't deal with the truth,
Stucky. He spoke in words that are archaic in addition to his old seaman voice.
All right, what does archaic mean?
Old.
Really old.
Okay, so he spoke in old words that he... Was he speaking English?
Yes,
Yes.
but like older English. And he had a different dialect than the student had.
It was as if it wasn't him.
Well, that's obviously not possible.
Obviously.
Is it?
obviously.
Obviously.
Just like it's
Are you-
obviously not possible he can escape from the insane asylum without breaking through a window or a
Well,
door.
there's plenty of ways. Have you seen that Houdini guy? I
Ah,
saw
he is
him.
good.
I saw him once. They put him like inside of a tub of water, and he was wrapped in chains, and he got out of all those chains.
Are you
I
a
saw that
religious man,
that
Detective
film.
Stucky?
No, I mean yes. No, I'm very religious. I mean, whatever.
So how did... Oh.
Did
Yeah.
you have some information?
All right. Well, the doctors are able to talk, and they've been able to talk to that old guy, and I can probably get you in to see him. He's not speaking much, but they've diagnosed him with delusion of thinking that he's Henry Atwater.
Oh, my.
Oh, that would make sense.
How would that make sense? How would that make any sense?
Well,
Based
I
on
mean-
all the things that have been happening.
I apologize, Detective. The realm that I work in, my studies are there's all kinds of fantastical things that you don't normally see in your day-to-day, so I'm quite used to them. It makes sense because when we spoke to Henry Atwater, he sounded like an old man, and the old man is saying he's Henry Atwater. They've clearly switched.
Well, as a reporter, I kind of like it easier. Like, he's a foundling, Henry Atwater. Maybe this is also Henry Atwater, his father.
Dun, dun, dun.
That seems a little bit more
Did he
simple
just say
than-
my name is Henry Atwater, or did he say I'm a
He
college
just
student?
said, I was there.
He-
I was the one who
He
heard it.
believes that he's Henry Atwater.
The college student.
Well, no, the old man.
No.
No.
What I'm saying, did the old man just say, "Hi, my name is Henry," or did he say, "I'm a college student who's been put into the body of an old man"?
I don't.
Okay. Stucky.
All right,
Stucky,
okay.
baby. Did he say...
Don't call me that. You call me Ray or Raymond or Detective Stucky. All right?
Stick with the
Have
title.
some respect.
You have some respect for me, Detective Stucky.
You got to earn respect.
I'm trying to clarify for my friend here. So did he say, like, because he could be another Henry,
Which he are we talking
The old
about?
the old man?
Good man. That's what I was saying. He could
Yes,
also
I
be
know.
Henry Stucky.
That's what we're all
Atwater.
Or
saying.
Henry Atwater.
But Detective Stucky doesn't seem to understand this question.
They could have the same.
We should just go chat with him.
Yes.
Have a talk. We can ask him
can get us
questions.
in.
I can get you in to see him, but probably only one or two of you.
Oh. He's
You're not
We're
here.
Right, but we can. I mean,
So you two,
Sure.
you want to go talk to
You
this
can
old guy?
keep work your charms on Detective Stucky.
I've got no charms. I'm a toad.
you need to stop saying that. You're lovely. You're
Yeah.
lovely. You've got a best friend. The detective clearly likes you.
He does not.
He does. He's just shy, right? You're shy, right? Detective.
Why am I asking you for help again?
I'm going to go see the old man. Thank
shall
you,
join
officer.
you. I shall
Thank you,
So the
detective.
two of you are going to come see the old man. All right.
Okay, fine. Never mind.
All right.
It would make sense if you went, but
Yeah.
you're not here.
You
So.
could get me.
You two, what are you going to do?
I think that maybe Detective Stucky should accept our offer of a drink.
Where's
we are
this
now
gonna
offering.
go?
Well, when all this is said and done, yes, I will have a drink with you. But I'm actually going to probably lay off the sauce because this is getting serious.
I have a thought of what we could do. Is Carnigan still at the morgue?
Cardigan's at the morgue, yeah.
He hasn't been transferred to the funeral home yet?
No.
Perhaps we can go back to the morgue and try to talk to my friend Cornelius?
Cornelius Sprague.
Just apologize for my cousin.
Yeah.
Just stop telling people you're from the press.
I mean, unless Estelle Phyllis has another idea.
No, I don't. I was thinking of going to have a drink. So
Yes,
this
but
is
he won't come
much
with
more.
us.
Yes, I'll come with you to the morgue.
Detective Stucky, are you married?
Wow, no. And I don't plan on it.
Good.
All right,
Hello,
you two,
old
come
man.
with me. I'll see you two later, hopefully much later.
Let me get my hopes up, Sidney.
All right, so you're going to the morgue. Let's do that first. What are you trying to find there? What are you looking for?
I mean, we want to try to see the body again or get more information about it. State.
I mean, there's not really any new information about it unless you have a specific question you want to ask. I think you pretty much know everything that there was to know about it. It was,
But you didn't get to see it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, Stucky can give you permission to go and see the body. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you can go take a look at the body.
We were distracted by being scared.
By being
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, you can confirm that it looks like, there was blunt trauma to the head. Probably some sort of heavy metal implement, like could be an axe or a shovel.
Has he been dissected yet?
Yeah, the incisions have been,
And
done.
nothing unusual?
Nothing unusual, no.
What was his last meal?
It was like some berries and nuts. Yeah.
Could be poisonous berries.
I don't know that that's what killed him. Though.
He got poisoned by the berries, took the shovel.
There's
beat his head in.
no indication of that he had anything poisonous.
No rabies.
They didn't check for that, but I mean, yeah.
All right.
He seemed as far as like the report, he seemed perfectly healthy before this happened. So
No clues. All right. Sorry, Estelle Phyllis.
that's fine.
Let's go get a drink.
Great. So you two are going to see the old man.
Yes.
So you're taken into a hospital room. Before you go in, the doctor's there. Did you want to ask him any questions or?
Yeah, you say he's presented with delusion. What is he deluded with? What does he believe that you see as a delusion?
He believes that he is Henry Atwater.
Right, but
Does he just say my name is Henry Atwater, or does he say I'm a college student named Henry Atwater? Like, couldn't he just have that name as well?
He can't speak very much. His throat is still in bad shape. So I see what you're saying, but it's hard to get those specific details.
okay, well,
I wouldn't talk to him for very long because he's still tired. Although it's amazing to me how quickly he's recovering.
But you,
right. What about his finger? His finger
Oh.
seemed to be missing when we found him. And was he bleeding from the finger, from the lack of finger?
Yes, there was a bit of bleeding, but it's already almost healed.
how old does he appear to be?
I would say he's probably 70 years old.
He's had a
Although
hard life.
without any specific records, it's hard to say for sure. It's
Yeah, well, you know, the old folks around where I come from, they don't heal so quickly. So you're saying he's healing quickly?
Correct.
That's kind of peculiar.
Well, you must have excellent care.
Well, I hear St. Mary's is the best.
Yes, the best.
Yeah.
I'd love to chat with them.
So Stucky is with you too, by the way.
Okay.
So you go in and there you see the old guy.
They're very quick to call him delusional.
Hair, barely just a few strands of it. Like he's also got strands of hair like where there might have been a beard or something. Like he's kind of shivering a bit.
Don't speak just yet. Do you remember us? Can you nod yes or no?
Hello, Henry, darling. This must be rather scary for you.
Are you Henry Atwater, the college student? Yet you appear to be...
It's okay, it's okay.
Henry Atwater.
It's okay, Newt. Save your voice.
How? He took your body.
He said he's going to kill them.
Kill them?
Who?
Do you... The ones that put him here.
They put him in stone.
They put him in stone for retribution. He's gonna kill them. Do you think that if we could find him, we could change you back? Oh no.
He's just passed out.
Okay, well, I'm not a doctor. I still panic.
Yeah, the doctor comes in and checks on him. He says, he's probably going to be asleep for a while.
Wow.
Well, we need to find...
He's been through an ordeal.
Well, detective, you heard that.
I think it's quite clear what happened.
I think it's quite incredible if that's what happened.
Yeah, I heard what this old dude thinks is going on in his crazy old dude brain, but...
Yeah.
Old dude.
This old gentleman.
Oh, I thought you were talking about horses,
or something.
No, it's this thing I made up where you call a man dude. I think it's going to catch on. Like, it's like a general sort of thing.
I don't think so.
Yeah, like, I think it'll catch on. It's like, I like to, like, hey, Canadian dude. Huh?
Tell you what, detective, I'll put it in my story, and if it catches on, then...
You'll take credit for it.
I'll take credit for it. No, well...
It's mine.
It's yours, of course.
Detective Stucky's
Fine, Detective
use
Stucky.
of the word dude.
Yes.
Official, trademark, copyright.
Not sure, it's just a word. I don't know if you can do that, but cool, no, fine.
I'm never going to be rich. Well, obviously something weird's going on, and you seem to have a better handle on it than I do. So for now, I do want your help.
You want us to go out and keep looking and asking people what's going on?
Yeah, and if there's anything I can do to help you, or anything you can do to help me, we'll be in touch.
I appreciate that, detective. I'll share my notes.
It's fascinating.
All right.
All right, so now you're all gathered together again.
Meet up at
Where are we
the
at?
professor's house?
At my house?
Is that our
Yeah,
center of
at
operations?
your center, yeah. Hang out in his library.
What time
How's
is it
this
now, by the way?
student record search? What time is it?
Productive, very productive.
I found out so much information I
Yes.
can't even tell you about it.
Oh, it's private matters, of course. Yeah. Student confidentiality and all of that.
Why did we go to the orphanage?
Well, yes, what time is it?
Wasn't it in Boston?
It is in Boston, yeah.
Oh, so what time is it?
Yeah, it's about 1 o'clock now.
I'm going to go to the Historical Society.
All right.
Oh, I suppose we should fill him in. If you want to fill him in.
Yeah.
And
we'll
then-
fill you in, and you know what?
But I'm curious. He said something of the vengeance on whom exactly?
Whoever put him in stone.
Put him in stone.
Yes, whatever that means, he didn't really elaborate. I'm beginning to talk like you now. That's weird.
It rather reminds me of a story I heard once, again about the ancient Egyptians, cursing certain, terrible rulers so that their souls would be trapped and never come back to do terrible things again.
They would encase them in stone?
Well, not specifically stone, but they would, because they encased all of them in stone. But some of them who were particularly bad, they wouldn't want, their souls wandering the afterlife, whatever, so they would do some ritual to trap them.
Well, I'm curious if this man, wherever he was trapped in stone, if it was nearby in the area or not. Something ancient or something. Perhaps I should go with you. We shall research together again.
Yes.
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 Well, I'm
Is that all right?
Why are you asking me?
Nothing.
Well, it got chilly in here. I'll come with you to the Historical Society and do some research, sure.
Oh, wonderful.
Hey, yeah, fantastic.
All right. So the three of you are going to Historical Society.
And you'll both be happy to know that Detective Stuckey seems uninterested in doing any detecting himself. So maybe he'll get a drink with you.
Yeah.
He doesn't like me, Sidney.
He said he would go on get a drink with both of
It's
you.
probably Estelle Phyllis. I'm a toad.
She's a married woman. I can't believe you'd be interested in her.
Yes.
Propriety
He has no
and all.
interest in marriage. He said that.
He said that very explicitly.
I have a bow.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember
Right.
his name?
Thornton Washburn.
Yes, that sounds totally real and not made up.
You've heard of Washburn's automobiles, yes?
Yes, I have
Yes.
also seen signs and can make up names based on them.
He's the owner.
Yes.
I don't want to waste...
You know what happened this morning? I went to get milk at the corner store and I fell in love with the woman behind the counter.
What was her name?
Oh, Gloria Dairy Milk.
Gloria Dairy Milk. Really?
Indeed.
That's so funny.
It's true.
This afternoon I actually went to the pharmacy.
Really?
Yes, and I fell in love with John Aspirin.
Get out. It's fantastic.
I believe you, Lily.
Thank you, Estelle Phyllis.
I think we should go to the orphanage.
Thank you, Estelle Phyllis.
So
I'll
you-
drive.
So you're going all the way to Boston?
How long a trip is that?
That'd be take a while.
Can you wait till we're done at the library
Yeah, a couple hours.
Why?
so we can all
Well,
go?
Well, it'll be dark where it's in the afternoon. If we
Fine,
wait for
fine,
them.
you go to Boston. You go to Boston.
I don't know if we'll find anything. Cause...
Well, we're going to be all afternoon in the books of the Historical Society looking for things, right? So let's do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
To the Historical Society.
Maybe I'll stop by and say hi to Thornton.
That was a very peculiar swallow.
What do you know about swallowing?
Wow. On that note,
Right, moving forward.
Off in the library.
And that's how you Call of Cthulhu. All right.
Oh no!
All right. So, what are you looking for in the Historical Society?
Burial grounds, maybe an event in the
people
past.
Cased in stone.
I mean, the thing is, there's a lot of information about stuff in
I'm
the past.
again
here.
just looking for older societies that inhabited this area.
I'm looking for
Why don't, since you didn't have
stories.
success with it last time, why don't I roll it and then you can look up something new? How about that?
I don't know that it was the subject matter that was the
Because
problem.
the roll.
It was the role.
Well, okay.
You also failed your role.
Yes. So maybe we can swap.
Sure. You go ahead and research that.
All right, library. Sit.
What are you looking for?
Well, okay. Let's strategize here. I mean, you still want to look for ancient stuff.
There's a library here that has the John Halden Library. It has about 1,500 books pertaining to Arkham and the Miskatonic Valley area, as well as thousands of archived manuscripts, journals, maps, and other documents. There's a history section, there's a biography section, there's a genealogy section, there's an architecture and furnishings section, there's folkcraft, ships and sailing, Native American natural history, New England Oddities, and then there's also archives, which are old of journals and diaries from like all people who've lived in the area from long ago.
Right.
I'm interested in Native American. I'm interested in the New England Oddities, and I'm interested in the archives.
We've already looked at the Native American. You didn't find anything of value. You can try again though because you
I
failed
was
your roll.
so tired.
Yeah. So choose one of those things.
I'm going to look at the maps to find any kind of stone structures that may have been outlined. Is there kind of building structures on any of these maps?
Are there caves in the area too? Like maybe.
You're gonna look for stone structures in the area,
or caves, or anything related to stone quarries, things like that.
All right, great. What are you looking for? You're looking at the Native American section again, and which section are you looking at? What are you looking for?
I would actually like to look in the archives.
You want to look in the archives? What are you looking for though?
Older journals about ancient mystery cults, or some sort of anthropological study on the area.
Well, the archives are like.
Are they like, I went to the dance hall today? Sort of
Diaries?
journals.
I guess they're more like civil records, like lawsuits, marriage licenses, deed transfers, civil records, things like that.
Oh. Okay, then I want to check out New England Oddities. What do you want to look at?
I want to.
There are some journals in there too, but it's like unless you know more specifically what you're looking for, it's like hard to.
Is it too broad to look for an incident, maybe a police record, a newspaper article of a mob kidnapping someone and burying him alive?
No, I'll let you do that. Yeah, you make a library use roll.
Okay.
Did you make it?
7%.
Bang.
7%. Mm-hmm. All right. What'd you roll?
24.
All right. It's good. And which section you're looking in?
New England Oddities.
New England Oddities. Okay. And which one? What are you looking?
I was looking at the maps to find any kind of stone or something, structure somewhere. Am I rolling spot hidden or library use or
library use?
Oh, that would have been terrible.
52. Nope.
Okay.
Wait, that wasn't the 10-sided. It's even worse. Yep. Nope.
There's so much more little pieces of paper that we haven't read. We've only read one little piece of paper, you guys.
It's true. Yeah.
From now on, I'm just going to roll 2d4s instead of percentage dice.
Yeah.
I'll succeed at everything. 12 again. Oh,
Possible.
So, yeah, you find this.
Hold on here.
Professor, do you need help reading it? Because I know you had trouble with the other one.
A continuing series by Ep1 Peabody. Mr. Peabody. Anyway.
why is that important?
He's the owner of the
Peabody was a librarian.
It's interesting.
He's in charge of the Historical Society.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sermon Bishop
I
Wizard.
remembered Pringley.
This is an article from the Arkham Advertiser, by the way.
Yes, this is an article from the Arkham Advertiser. Sermon Bishop Wizard. In the mid-18th century, Sermon Bishop, I guess that's his name, was rumored a witch and thought to be responsible for misfortunes suffered by farmers west of Arkham. So this is in the 1700s. There was a farmer in
Wait,
other...
was his name Sermon Bishop Wizard, or was it Sermon Bishop Wizard?
Comma Wizard.
Okay.
Yes. Other darker words were whispered of him, but never allowed. Elihu Phillips, a neighbor, frequently argued with Bishop. When Phillips's daughter was born with a twisted leg, the farmers were sure Bishop was responsible. One night, as Bishop returned from a visit to Dunwich, Phillips and 6 other men captured and bound him and hung with a magical sigil round his head. Bishop, they said, had used a terrible book to treat with a great demon. Dealings with a great demon.
Not a demon. Not a demon.
Dealings that left the wizard's body
Hashtag
bent
not a
and
demon.
crippled. dealings that left of his body bent and clippered. I heard you mention that his spine
Yes,
was
it was
deformed.
quite deformed.
In compensation, Bishop could not die. There's two more
So
paragraphs. So this bishop, this sermon bishop made a pact with a demon. He would be bent and crippled, but he would be immortal. Rendered helpless by the sigil, the seven carried bishop north to the Miskatonic, where they cemented him in the hollow of a stone bridge support while the bridge was under construction. What bridge is that, by the way?
Bishop Bridge.
Bishop Bridge.
Of course, Bishop
Why
Bridge.
they named it after him? Huh?
They marked the stone support with the same sign which bound Bishop, hoping thereby to imprison the wizard forever. Although the wizard's 7 enemies were among those the sheriff questioned, no one was ever charged. The wooden roof and walls of the bridge fell into disrepair in the late 19th century. In 1901, a powerful lightning bolt struck and burned both spans, and the bridge was never rebuilt. Only the foundations and the central support remain. A few miles west of town, the signs, as folk indicate, is chiseled into the stone of the central support and can be seen today, keeping us all safe from this wizard.
One might guess that's no longer the case. Perhaps lightning struck that, and as it did the bridge earlier, and released.
I wonder if this concrete block is now cracked open.
Oh.
By lightning strike is what I was just
Or
getting
so-
at.
or
Is my
whatever,
accent
yeah.
really that not comprehensible that you don't?
Or these students, my
Did I find
students, would have been
anything?
curious
Did.
and took sledgehammers to it. Who knows?
Oh, they had a shovel. There was a shovel.
I don't think. Well, of course.
It
fine.
seems unlikely someone was buried
Someone
with a
sledge-
shovel.
We should also find out who these enemies are
Yes.
and if they have any ancestors.
How long ago was this?
Ancestors.
1700s. I took note.
Mid 18th century.
1750s.
So, yes, you find with your library use roll a book called Strange Legends of New England by Wheeler Jenkins. It was published in 1916. And within it, there's a story called Miskatonic's Witch Bridge. It talks about Bishop's Bridge. There's a couple photographs in there of the bridge before it collapsed. And the article claims that in 1752, a local wizard was entombed in the central pillar of the bridge. The stone facing was then decorated with a magical sign, supposedly keeping the wizard from returning from the dead. Before he died, the wizard placed a curse upon his persecutors and their descendants.
Oh. Well, I mean, I think we can all agree he's clearly not a witch, though, if he made a deal with demons. Unrelated to witchcraft.
Of course.
Anyway, we should talk to this Nina Williams Hope, who supplied information important to the tale.
When was that article written?
Not too long ago, I believe.
Well, we could go talk to your friend
Peabody.
Peabody.
E. Lapham?
Well, it says that.
Peabody?
Can I say? I'm not allowed to.
You're not there, yeah, so no.
It's a continuing series by E. Lapham Peabody.
Right. So
But he said a majority of the information he actually got from Miss Nina Williams Hope.
well, very,
It's-
very
yeah, I mean, I was just
worthwhile.
wondering if it was written 100. Yeah, that article was written 50 years ago, but it's not. It seems
It
it's
doesn't-
recent.
I mean,
So
it
maybe
doesn't
this
say.
Nina Hope is still alive.
Right.
Didn't it say that the descendants are all wacky?
It would know that what I found said that the descendants were cursed.
Of the Peabodys?
Well,
No,
Peabody's the
anyone
man
at
who wrote
the
the
end.
article.
Peabody's just wrote the
Oh.
article. It's odd that I have to explain this
Take
to a
notes.
person that's not even here. How's your trip to Boston?
So you go and you check out the orphanage. Thank you. There's that word. The orphanage in Boston. What are you looking for specifically?
Was Mr. Atwater found with like a blanket or a piece of paper or anything to identify his background?
That's a good question. He,
Thank you.
yeah, that information, like apparently his parents, like that, no one knows who they were. There's no information leading them, and they can't legally tell you if they had any. The orphanage is like a Catholic orphanage. They do say that he was a delightful child and he was a really good kid, and you know.
Can we ask them if he had ever had any trauma or episodes as a child? Psychotic episodes.
Oh, no, nothing like that. No, not at all. He was an inspiration to the other children and, in fact, to some of the staff. Yeah, it is.
All right, well, let's get a drink in Boston.
Yeah, great.
Get some clam chowder and no whiskey.
Yeah. I hear there's a good bar there. Everyone knows your
A
name.
lot of good bars in Boston.
Cheers
probably.
to that.
How many hours has it been since the escape?
Well, the escape happened yesterday. So at this point, probably 24 hours.
Okay.
All right. I think
I need to talk to the police.
This is evening time now. You guys spent half a
Before-
day.
before we
So
leave-
it's like this place is closing up. It's like 5 or 6.
Before we leave the historical society, did I find anything about any of the names of the ancestors?
Of the
People who-
descendants?
descendants who
You
occurred?
didn't. You weren't looking for that, and that's going to take more time.
Right.
To try to find that out.
I bet
And
you.
we have to
I
check
wonder
if
if Cardigan
Peabody
was one
knows.
of them. Are you wondering if Cardigan was one of them?
Or just what their names are, so we can go find them and tell them they're in danger.
Well, yeah, I'm wondering now if there's already new victims because it's been 24 hours.
I got a bit of cash. Can I take a cab out to the end of Cabot Road to go look at this bridge?
Not by yourself.
It's
you
evening.
Can't.
At night,
What is it? Summer? Is it winter? I don't know what time it is.
it is summertime because it's summertime.
So I might have a couple
'cause
hours.
they wouldn't be out on a botany camping trip during the winter. So yeah, it's summertime. But that is a bit rural. I mean, you can try to take a cab out there. Yeah.
Just to have a look. Does anyone want to come?
I should let you go alone.
Well, it's okay, cuz.
'Cause why?
Right.
Yes.
Just cuz.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be hard to see at night.
All right. We'll
Yeah,
go
wait for
first
us
thing in
to
the
come
morning
back.
then. I'll wait for you
Something
guys to come back.
you based on what you know of it, like if you've seen the pictures in her book, it's like you're not going to be able to see anything at night. Probably.
Her book?
The book that you got.
Yeah.
You got a book. You found
my
a book. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Did you not write down the book I told you?
No, you said her book, and so I thought you meant perhaps an author was female, but I thought because we were just
The book that you got.
I would like to try to locate this Mrs. Nina Williams Hope of Arkham.
I mean, you could just ask.
Yeah, let's try that. Is there a phone book?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying
You
it's
just
an
ask
impossible-
Peabody.
You can ask Peabody. You can ask Peabody, like, where is she
Yes,
from?
I know where she lives. Do you want her address?
Oh, please.
Oh, yes.
All right, he gives you her address.
How are the cigars, Mr. Peabody?
Oh, they're excellent, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Cordova.
You're welcome.
Your patronage is appreciated.
Of course.
Manchester.
Get a room.
Indeed. Well,
I would, but it's already been booked
Fantastic.
up for you and Mr. Stuckey.
Stucky's not in.
She lives at 374 West Kerwin Street.
How do you spell that? Kerwin?
Curwen.
What's her name?
Nina Williams Hope.
Nina Williams Hope.
Let's go talk to a
Let's go talk
stranger.
to her. Let's do it. If we can't go to the bridge,
We're still on our way back from Boston.
Yeah. Here's Kerwin.
drunk.
Chugga,
Yeah.
chugga, 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 chugga.
Yeah, we're back.
There's a sanatorium.
Oh, it's on here.
Cars.
She lives by the sanatorium.
Cars back then probably moved at 25 to 30 miles an hour, so it's a little bit of a...
No, it's
slow down.
35 miles an hour. I
35.
can't. My animal is
It's
one of the
between
fastest.
Jenkin and Brown.
Mm-mm. It's between Derby and Hyde.
Yes, well, the exact
No,
distance
it's right
from
here.
Boston to this imaginary city.
Well, it's not imaginary, right? I'm here. I can see it.
And
Can't you see it?
Are we there yet?
my
Are we there yet?
imagination.
Okay.
You're going to her house?
We're going to her
Yes.
house. Let's see
Yes.
if she can visit with us.
You knock on the door and it goes.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Is there a person there?
Miss
Nope.
The door just opens.
Mrs. Hope?
Is there a
we'll
sign
call out.
of
Mrs. Hope?
damage to the door?
No.
Hello?
Mrs. Hope, any sign of light or activity in the house? Any dusting? Is it dusty?
It's clean. I mean, it's a nice old house. It's clean. It's apparently she's a wealthy person.
She was.
You don't hear any voices from inside.
I would prefer if you go in first because I do not like dead bodies.
Let's not jump to conclusions. She could be out back or something, right? Could be
I go
gardening.
inside.
It's
I'm
dark.
scared.
But everything is in order in the living room, in the parlor? Or is there a notice roll or something? I'm just wondering if furniture turned over, like damage.
As you look into the main living room area, you can see, like, over by the fireplace, a pair of legs lying on the other side of the settee.
You don't want to look at this.
Don't come in. Don't come in.
I'm not.
Cuz
I'm
just
not.
stay out there, Sid.
I'm not.
I take my cane out.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I go into the living room. Unless you want to come with me or
I'm
not.
coming with you,
All
old
right.
man.
I
Is there
take
a
my
phone?
cane
Do
I
so
know
I
you're
see a
younger than
phone?
I am.
There's a phone.
I'm going to use it to call Detective Stucky.
All right.
I'm thinking.
Hello, Stucky.
Oh, you call yourself Stucky? God damn.
She doesn't call her Stucky baby. That was the issue.
Hello, it's Stucky, baby.
Detective, we found a dead body.
What?
I think, is she dead?
We check.
For
pulse.
we haven't seen it yet, right? We haven't entered all the way.
Oh, she's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
She's dead, Sid.
She has apparently, it looks like she's been bludgeoned with a poker.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
And someone has carved a very clear number 1 onto her forehead.
Okay.
Oh.
We need to find out the names of these people now.
Yeah.
That's
Who had the most knowledge of that? Oh,
Are we-
here she is right here.
Mr. Peabody would probably have more knowledge. Detective Stucky, there's been a murder.
So wait, you found another dead body.
Yes. We followed a lead. She had...
Where are you?
We're at
374 West Cordova.
374
374 West
Kerwin.
Kerwin Street, Nina Williams
All right.
house.
All right, we're coming.
Oh,
Don't touch anything.
Okay.
well,
Besides what we can obviously see with the poker and the number 1 carved in her forehead,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for anything else. Just spot hidden. I'm not trying not to move anything, but looking around.
You looking around in this room, or you looking around in the whole house?
I think I'm gonna wander throughout the entire structure. Just stuff.
Just kind of looking around. It looks like someone ransacked the library. There's an upstairs library, and it looks like someone went to town in there.
Just books pulled onto the floor.
Yeah, looks like someone was looking for something in the library.
There's no way to tell if they found it or not. Or is there?
I mean, if you had time to go through all these books, you could, like, there might be a catalog, but
Right.
that's, depends on if Stucky will let you.
I'm going to look at the pictures in the home to see if there's any old pictures of family, any I'm very aware of all of the good families in Arkham, if anyone I recognize or...
Yeah, I mean, she was connected. She's old money in Arkham for sure. Like, she's got,
Well, I'm specifically looking for older photos of what look like maybe her family, her ancestors with other families.
I mean, yeah, there's like a lot of those old families are incestuous. Her father fought in the Civil War, so.
Is there a phone book anywhere in the house?
A directory ledger.
Yeah, probably
Not
by
a phone.
the,
Yeah, not a
Directory
probably by the
ledger.
phone. There's a directory ledger.
All right. I'm going to look for other hopes.
I'll make a spot hidden roll first.
Okay. 55, made it.
Ooh,
I got a 65 spot
like a
hidden.
serious spot.
Spent a lot of money on spot hidden. I thought as a
pretty good.
detective or as a reporter it'd be valuable.
Oh wow! Actually, her husband was in the Civil War. Sorry,
Oh.
she was very old. My mistake. Yeah, while you were looking in the library, you made your
Yep, I made
spot
the
hidden
roll.
roll. You noticed that there was some older books, and one of them was freshly stained with blood.
Oh,
You noticed that?
What's the book?
what is the book?
Looks like an old diary.
Take it.
Some of the pages are torn and mangled. The end paper says, "The Book of Thoughts of Ethan Williams for the year of our Lord, 1814."
I was just thinking, yeah, shit.
I'm gonna pocket that for the time being.
All right.
What's the guy's name again?
I was thinking, Ash,
Ethan
that,
William.
Arkham was founded in 1750s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you just look at the city registry from way back then of which families were present during the city founding, and that will narrow the list of names down. Because this thing took place in the 1750s. Yeah.
But it wouldn't be narrowed down to only 7.
No, but
Yes.
It cuts out anyone who's moved more recently.
Possibly, yeah. Although there would be multiple people with those names.
Or we could just
True.
ask Mr. Peabody.
And
They
a
would
lot of
all-
people, these names are all pretty common.
They
Like
would
Williams,
all possibly count
Williams
as
is a pretty common
descendants.
name.
wait, there was one name in the article. Where's that? There's a
Yeah,
name in the
Nina
article.
Williams.
No,
Oh,
the son with whoever got a mangled foot when the baby was born.
Elihu Phillips.
Elijah Phillips. Phillips is one of the families.
Phillips. All right.
Phillips.
We have a lead. Phillips.
All right.
You know when I was saying Peabody earlier and whispering it, I meant Phillips. Totally brain farted that.
I see.
Doesn't matter. I wasn't
You're right.
there.
You're right. Yeah.
Well, we found it. 7 carried bishop. All right.
Are we?
I think this Ethan Williams might be another one of them.
Maybe.
So Phillips and Williams. Yeah, these are common names.
Did they arrive?
Yeah,
Cops.
the police show up. The detective and a couple officers.
If there's a Phillips family here, I think we would both know if there's a Phillips family.
Oh, yes,
They might
obviously,
be in
obviously,
danger.
obviously.
We tell Stucky.
There is a Phillips family, absolutely. It's a pretty common name in Arkham. I mean, it's
Okay.
Right, but the ones that
But
were here
you
from
know
the
the
descendants from the
Phillips
founders.
family, the Arkham Phillips.
I mean,
The ones that
they
were here since
branched
the
out.
founding.
The
they're
Arkham
all kind of
Arabs.
related
Yeah,
to.
there's a lot of
yeah,
them. They have babies, and those
Yeah.
babies have babies. Are we back? From
Not
back?
until next morning, but I think we're almost done here, unless there's anything else people want to do in the house.
Not in the house.
Yeah, no. Stucky says, brings you into where the body is, except for you, and he points at the number. What do you make of this?
Oh,
Well, he said he was going to come back and, as the guy said, kill them all the descendants. We found this article.
okay, great.
Found this article. Explain. I think this is just number 1
Out of
6.
out of at least 7. But he says all the descendants as well. So how many descendants? 7 times generation times generation times generation. You do that math, and you got a lot of people that are probably on his hit list.
Yeah, well, I don't like that there's a 1 here because that suggests there's going to be a 2 and then a 3.
Yes.
That's
Obviously.
what I
That's
was
how
indicating.
numbers work.
The math.
Yeah,
That's what I was
yeah,
getting at. I
yeah.
think
How do you know it's a one?
I think
or
it
a
must be
slash?
my accent. I think I'm saying these things, and everybody just kind of goes and repeats
It
them.
seems that Adwater is targeting the descendants of the people that locked this witch into a cement block in the 1750s.
All right. Well, we just need to find out who those people are then, right?
Right.
Yes.
One of them is
One of
Phillips.
them's Phillips, and one of them's Ethan Williams, I think.
Did it say?
Well, Ethan Williams is
Can
probably
you
dead.
look at the article again
Well,
and
yeah,
it says
but as the
neighbors?
descendants.
Neighbors.
7 neighbors. So who
7
owned,
neighbors,
who
okay,
owned
so-
property around that time?
Yes.
Around that
so
area.
if we can
Yes.
do some archival
That's what we'll
search.
search.
All right.
Who were
Historical Society. I
neighbors?
looked at the maps yesterday, but I didn't think to look at that because
We didn't know. We didn't know. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me know if you find anything else out.
So
we can
you're
maybe-
not going to be searching for anything.
Well, you want me to go to the Historical Society and look up these? It seems like you know what's going on better than I do. You know what I'm good at? I'm good at shooting things, and I'm good at figuring things out, all right? And that's what I do. I'm noticing things and reading people. Yeah. All right? So we'll help each other out. I'll do those things, and you go
Okay.
stick your nose in a book and get some information that way, because that's not what I do.
Well, maybe
It's called a synergy.
I like that. I'm going to use that in the article too.
Well, these Phillips
Dude.
people are probably in danger. One of them, at
Synergy.
least, or several of them.
Are you mispronouncing?
Well, there's a lot of
energy?
Phillips in town. We can't put them all under watch by the police. We need to narrow it down.
All right. Let's find out who the neighbors were. We'll trace their descendants. We'll give you a list.
Tomorrow morning.
But perhaps you could at least see if this poor dead woman had any direct relatives. That surely is within your purview.
See if she had any direct relatives. What do you mean?
There's
Children.
a number 1 on her head. If she has direct relatives, they would also be in this guy's list.
Children.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you.
No, I see what you're saying. All right, I'll check to see if she has any direct relatives. Yeah.
No, never mind. Never mind. I was like, is her foot clubbed? No, she would not be alive today.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, detective.
Good morning.
Sorry if I was rude.
Who wants eggs?
All right. The next morning, you're all sitting around,
I guess there's
having
a
breakfast
spread at my library.
just taking advantage of the wealthy person in the party.
Hopefully
Hey,
it's
I
not
was
just
gonna
lunch meat again.
I was going to stay at Sis's house, but,
She's
I
not
do
your
it.
sis.
well, Sid's house.
Oh.
No, we're cousins.
Are
We're
you?
cousins.
We're just cousins.
Are you?
Identical cousins. Just kidding. We look very different.
For example, I've got it too.
So,
I have a cloak.
you have that book,
Yes, the diary.
the diary. If you
Oh,
want,
yeah, what's
you
it say?
can read it
I want.
during the night. I mean, not up all night, but you can
No, but-
before.
Maybe I get up early, but just before breakfast and peruse it so I can talk about this at breakfast.
Sure. Make an English roll.
I'm Canadian. I speak English just fine.
Hey guys, you want to hear about our adventure?
Yes. Yes.
62, just past my 59.
Oh no.
Still a maid.
Well, yeah, it's like the language is really old, it's archaic, and it's hard to read, and it's handwriting. So
Can one of us try?
Yes,
one
I will
of
give it to
you can
these
try,
two.
yeah, or you
Alright.
can
What
push it
skill,
if you want. You can take another roll
what
if you
skill
want.
Is this one? What skill? Is
It's
it?
just own language.
Intelligence.
Yeah, or intelligence.
Which
Oh,
you
my
have.
own language is pretty high.
Yes.
Yeah, so is yours.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
Do
It's
it.
your home. It's your home.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So whoever's doing this though is before you roll.
What?
Do you want this? Do you want to roll or not? It's going to take you 6 hours.
Yes.
Okay, so you can't work at the historical society today. Is what
I'll
I'm
do
saying.
it.
Whoever
I'll do it
rolls
at the
this.
historical society.
You going to the historical society?
Yeah.
My
Okay.
6 hours would be at the historical society.
All right, so you're able to read through the diary.
Oh, I've succeeded by a lot, by the way.
Yeah, I'm assuming you did.
I would have succeeded with your roll.
Yeah.
So intelligent.
Here's the final entry.
So I don't get anything else but the final entry.
No, probably nothing else relevant.
November 16th, 1814.
Oh, and this is the last book in a series, so it would be useful to have the other books, but this is the only one you have.
Memories of Bishop still plague me. Though of our band all are now dead before me, Bishop is but sealed away. I have once more beheld Bowen Bridge, and examined our craftsmanship thereto. The columns stand strong, and the sigil that we chiseled into the stone is intact and bright. Still, I fear the years to come, for fear of Sermon Bishop's great curse upon our seed, and his vengeance, which is spelled differently, thereagainst. And yet more I dread my soul's judgment before heaven as punishment for the contractilities. Contractilities? Okay.
It says.
I spoke to bind that wizard, having taken his, dang it. I'm embarrassed. My English
It's
is
like,
failing.
well, it's like, once again, it's a bad handwriting and it's like weird old language. So
Having taken his
Lot of
Carnamagos
cards.
book, it fell to me to call upon the powers he favored. Treating with such powers has stained my heart.
Oh.
And left me fearing all matters quizzical, foreign, and dark. So much fearing, never did I dare read nor speak the forbidden words, and to call upon the name, though doing so would likely lead our oppressor's final death and true disillusion.
We need that book. What was this guy's name again?
This
Williams.
was Ethan Williams.
So Williams, Phillips, and Hope.
May I see that?
Well, no, Hope was a descendant of Williams.
Oh.
Nina Williams Hope.
Oh,
Sure.
okay.
Sydney,
So-
may I take a look once you're done?
Oh, of course.
Should we go and look at this stone?
We should look at the bridge.
Joseph, help. Thank you.
But
I'll go to the archives.
Okay. What are you looking for?
I'm going to hang out and reading a journal.
Yep.
Can you
Actually, while we're let's everyone decide what they're doing before we start rolling.
we need someone to look for that book though.
Yeah. Also, theoretically, you wouldn't know this until later because it can take her 6 hours to read it, so you can't do anything that's
Oh
based
yeah,
on
we
it.
can't do anything about the book.
But
Okay.
we can go see the bridge.
Yeah, you can go look at the bridge. You
The
knew about the
bridge.
bridge.
I think I'm going to go to the archives though with you because I looked at the maps yesterday and hopefully I'll be able to help you narrow down on which ones were kind of the period and would have the neighbors listed.
Sure.
All right, Estelle Phyllis.
So you're going to the society. You two are going to the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Great. You two make a spot hidden roll.
Make a what roll?
Spot hidden. All right. You make a drive automobile roll.
Oh no!
Oh.
What?
You didn't see something, and now he's asking you to drive well. So
I'm wicked nervous.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
I'm
You're
fine.
Good. You're good.
Yeah.
Great. So, your wheels are right at the edge of where the bridge completely goes out. You missed seeing the sign that said bridge out. And yeah,
Whoops.
there's like, it's about 60 feet across the Miskatonic here. The water's relatively rapidly flowing. And yeah, you can see where the bridge was, burned down a long time ago. And you can see the pillar, the stone pillar that comes out of the center of the river, about 30 feet away from you. And indeed, it looks like it was recently struck by lightning, and it has broken open. And there are it's just broken open.
I have a question. If
Yeah.
I had failed that driving, would we have plunged into the water?
I don't know, maybe.
Interesting.
I
All right,
mean, did
but-
these people hear of rebar in the 1700s? I mean, God.
Yeah. Well, even if they had, I mean, rebar would at least make it a conductor, and then the lightning would hit it. If it's just stone, it seems like it's not a high tower. It can't be the high point of the bridge.
he's not there.
Neither are you.
No. Well, we're together. Yeah.
But then rebar would also serve as a cage
Fair enough.
where the concrete wears
It wouldn't
away.
split away. Yeah, with like the stone. But
Okay.
concrete wasn't a thing, though. Concrete wasn't a thing in the 1700s.
Well, concrete with rebar wasn't a thing in the 1750s.
Certainly not either.
How'd they put him in the stone?
Actually, it was.
Yeah, I thought it said they put him in
There's
concrete.
Roman
Yeah.
Colosseums.
They
and
did.
stuff.
They said
They
stone.
had like iron cast reinforcements to hold blocks together.
Like 12 blocks. That was like more.
Well, concrete blocks together.
Were they concrete?
Yeah.
Romans building concrete.
The more you know.
What do I know? I grew up in Fort McLeod.
Okay.
So,
Can we look closer?
I mean, it's sticking out of the middle of a river,
Oh.
30, 40 feet away.
Mm-hmm. So we
If
jump.
Here's going quick enough.
Yeah.
Do you have like a telescope or binoculars?
No. I don't think so. How
You
would
don't keep him in your hearse?
How would we know? I don't see that on here.
Remember when I was like, buy any cool stuff you think you might
Oh.
need?
Yeah, I didn't buy anything.
Yeah. You can do
Yeah.
that between now
I'm
and
going to the
next
store now, though.
I don't have any money.
time. Yeah, you do.
I have $40.
In
That's
cash,
a
but you also have
lot.
like
That's a
a
lot.
couple thousand in possessions. Of course,
I have
that's mostly your
1,000.
hearse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but stuff's cheaper back then. You got like a list of prices.
Oh.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
Buy a telescope for a penny.
Yeah.
Don't think that's quite right.
I didn't buy
I'll tell you what,
anything.
make a halved luck roll, and then you have a telescope or binoculars.
Halved luck roll.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So look at your luck and divide it by half, and then make that roll.
We don't have luck.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, where is it?
Right under Call of Cthulhu.
Oh.
Oh, I don't have. So what is my luck?
Your luck is equal to your power.
Boop. Nope.
All right.
Unless that's a 6. No, that's definitely 90.
Yeah.
What about you?
Wait, divide it by 2. Oh no.
I
Yeah,
have
that's even worse.
binoculars back at the.
What about Stealthilus?
Yeah,
Did you roll
Stealthilus.
also?
I didn't roll.
Oh.
Do I get a roll?
Did you go with her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Do you have your luck marked? Oh.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Right. Good luck.
I don't have a lot of luck.
So you have to get what is 17? Didn't.
I didn't.
Okie dokie.
But I have binoculars.
But yeah, you can
Back at
see
the house.
you can see that the pillar looks like it's been damaged.
Binoculars are $28.
Where are you?
Anyone want to swim?
It's fast moving river.
Well, you said like medium moving river.
Uh,
Can we make it?
I mean,
to-
there's been a lot of rain lately, so it's yeah. I mean, you can swim out there if you have swim skills, but if you don't have swim,
I have 20% swimming skills.
That's what I like to call base.
you can dog
I
paddle.
can doggy paddle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you could probably swim out there without too much trouble. Like you're not doing anything, crazy. If you want to swim out to where the pillar is, you can do that.
Fine.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you have
Roll?
rope?
Nope. We
Nope.
ain't got
We haven't.
stuff.
We ain't
You
got
don't have
stuff.
rope in animal?
Do I have rope and animal?
To tie the corpses down so they don't attack you?
I've got like a bungee cord or something.
Make a half luck roll. I like it. Yeah, I wish like there's the preparation skill in this game. There's this game
I've got rope.
in Trail of Cthulhu. You have like
I keep getting
and Knights of Black
90s.
Agents. You have preparation, where you can basically go like, I think I have that, and then you like spend points on it. It's like I have it. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, you've got some
we've
rope.
got rope.
Yeah.
16. Nice.
Would that
Great.
increase their swim chance?
You could. I'm just gonna say you can with the rope you can safely get out there without any
Because
danger.
we'll tie it to something and
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, if you get
It'd be funny though if you just carried it.
Alright. So you're out on the pillar
I've kept it dry.
I've got rope.
where the pillar is. From here, yeah, you can see this definitely was struck by lightning. It's charred, and it looks like the stone was melted a bit. You don't see any sign or sigil. Wherever that was probably completely blown away by the lightning. However, there is a mud bank, down at the bottom where the pillar is, which you're currently standing on. You do find a fragment of the pillar, and as you kind of look at it, it looks like there's like bits of cloth and a shape, like something was inside of this pillar. And you were either of you there for the old man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You recognize this cloth as looking like the same sort of cloth that was on him. And on the other side of this fragment is part of this sign. Like you can see that it's intricate. It's carved into the stone. There's parts of whatever this sigil is. There's a lot of little like wiggles and squiggles, and like it's not just one simple thing. It's quite complicated.
Do you bring
Can
paper and make a rubbing?
Yeah, can we bring, is it heavy?
Yeah, I mean you could tie the rope to it and then swim back and then pull it back.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there anything around there, like footprints or anything? Does it look like there was another, like a person there, or any imprint, like or an animal? Or
Not really. I mean, if there was, like, it would have been washed away by now, probably by the rising river when all the rain happened. So, yeah. And if there, in fact, also you think like if there's more pieces of this sigil, they're probably underwater. but they probably didn't go far.
Scuba gear?
How deep is this water?
I've got
Probably like 20 feet deep.
So, okay. So we're not gonna, like, duck dive.
Great, so that's you guys. So, people go to the Historical Society. Let's go over there.
Yes. So
What are y'all looking for?
I think first of all, let's talk to Peabody and see if he knows who the neighbors were. That might short circuit it.
Of that article.
Yeah.
Who were the names? What are the names of these neighbors? There was a Phillips. Okay. And then there was the guy's name whose baby was born with a club foot. Right.
That was Phillips, right? Yeah.
Okay.
What did you need, gentlemen? Let's roleplay this out.
Yes, sir.
Only because we so enjoy Peabody.
What do you need?
Well, we were reading this article that you wrote here about this Sermon Bishop.
Oh,
character.
yes, he was an evil wizard.
Yeah, quite the story. Do you know who all the 7 people that entombed him or purportedly entombed him were? Like it mentions just the one fella here, Elu Phillips.
I'm not sure. You know who would know? Nina Williams Hope. I talked to her about. You should talk. She's a delightful old woman. She would have this information.
I don't know how to break this to you. She passed away last night.
Oh no! Oh, she was so old. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, kind of.
Did you see my other article?
No, we did not. No.
Well, I imagine that an accomplished writer such as yourself would have wonderful articles.
Certainly, that would be.
Oh, here it
useful.
is. Yes.
My tiny article.
Yeah. Oh, it's so verbose. So here's the story of the original Bishop's Bridge burns. The covered bridge that once crossed the Messatonic 4 miles upriver is no more. In the last week's thunderstorms, the aging structure was struck by lightning, which burned the roof and most of the decking and timbers. Though it had been thought to be built around 1750, only the central support stone and the approaches now exist. The sheriff has closed the road. Originally, Bowen's Bridge, after the prosperous farmer who built it, Bowen's Bridge, okay. Folks later began calling it Bishop's Bridge. Locals say that the bridge has attracted lightning strikes. The structure has lately grown so decrepit that the county closed it to horses and wagons. There is visible from the south side of the river a symbol decorating the stone of the still standing central support of unknown meaning and origin.
Is there
little needed these days? The bridge probably will not be rebuilt.
Is there any historical pictures, etchings, sketches of that bridge?
Well, yeah, there was a picture with the other article, with the book that Sid found.
Yeah.
We have some pictures.
So we know what the symbols on it look like.
Yeah.
On the outside.
On the outside, yes.
What do you think? There's ones on the inside?
Well, I don't know. Who knows?
That's a good point. We don't know.
Yeah.
So do we know where Sermon Bishop's farm was in 1750, so that we could maybe identify the neighbors that he would have had?
Oh, perhaps, yes. I mean, we have historical maps. If you check the Society archives.
Well, I can go try that again, sure.
Perhaps I should try.
Perhaps if, we were directed a little bit, our luck might be better in finding, is all I was thinking.
No, I think I don't need any luck.
Okay, jeez.
You did the first time.
Had trouble reading stuff. Peabody can't help us at all, direct us to where maps of the 1750s might be to kind of narrow the range and the chances.
Yeah, I mean, he can help you, look through the Society archives if you want, but I mean, he's also busy, so he can kind of point you in the right direction, but you're going to have to
hopefully narrow it down.
Too busy to save
lives. He also says there's genealogical records here. In fact, there was just a young man the other day who came by to look at the genealogical records.
Was there? What was...
I describe what Atwater looks like.
Oh, that's him, yes.
All right, let me look at the genealogical records you want to do.
He had such a strange accent.
Wait, we need to know the names first before we look at the genealogical records.
Just ask
what
he looked at.
What did he look at? He looked at the genealogical records, yes?
He did, yes.
Do you know the specific items he was looking at?
I don't. Something to do with his work, I'm sure, but schoolwork.
You didn't leave any checked out markings or anything like that? You didn't take any books?
No, although he was very knowledgeable about the history of Arkham. He pointed out 2 inaccuracies that we actually had, and it was very, very astute scholar.
Are those volumes still here, or did he take it with him?
No one takes anything with them. That's not allowed.
Can you point me to the exact books he was looking at?
I'm afraid I cannot. I'm sorry.
All right.
He was looking at the Williams family, though. That is
Yes.
All right, let me start with the Williams family.
She's already dead.
Yeah, she's already dead.
Yeah, well, there might be others in that family.
All right, let's
Still,
look at the maps.
Let's start with the maps.
Inaccuracies.
Oh, yeah, what about the inaccuracies? What inaccuracies did he point out? From 200 years ago, maybe?
Like in reference to what book?
He shows you the inaccuracies are nothing that really kind of.
It was just to show that this guy was alive back then, and so he knew it.
Yeah.
Let's be meta about it. It's just to prove that he was alive 200 years ago. That's all it was, and it's not gonna help us.
It's just color.
The spelling of the street was not originally Haley with a Y. It was Haley with an IE. All right. Looking at the maps. We need our library skills for this.
Is it a library?
Yeah. Okay. Well, the archives are large, and there's a lot of people have archived a lot of stuff.
Okay,
so.
but you're specifically looking for the founding of the city, or in
around
1750. Yeah.
the farmland that was owned by
Yeah.
Sermon.
But the archives are large.
Yeah, I get it, but he pointed us to the right kind of section where it's kind of like, oh, that stack over there, or something, right? Narrows it down a little bit.
I mean, there should be survey, you know.
All right. Well, it's gonna take. So this is. Yeah. Make a roll.
22! Missed it by that much.
Oh, what does your library use?
20.
Why wasn't he doing it?
You can look too.
I've been saying, should I do it? And you're like, no, I'll try again.
Well, it doesn't prevent you from
Were
looking
you
as
looking?
well.
You wanted to look at something else?
To maximize
I guess there's no
the
point.
user.
You're right in looking at the genealogical stuff if you don't know who these people
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Go ahead and make a roll.
All right.
I feel like you know something.
I failed it too.
There's a lot
right.
of maps here. That's what I'm saying.
So that's your day.
What?
Oh, jeez.
All right. Are we all together again? Where's sopping wet?
Well, I assume you dried off. Like,
Oh,
I mean, there's the bathrooms in my mansion.
well, we entered sopping wet, and then went to
Yeah, the servants have towels ready for you. Your bedroom has a bathroom connected to it, I'm sure.
That was interesting.
I noticed that you have gotten rid of our monogrammed bath towels.
I don't use them myself. I've locked them away.
Why? Do they upset you?
Yeah.
Yes,
you're
it does, actually.
all right. So
It's just like really total disconnect in our communication. Like,
so you guys are all together for the evening. It's actually 10 o'clock, so we're about to wind down. I think on this particular.
Guys, we got a stone. Let's bring in Stucky. Okay, but that's for another session.
Well, probably we're about winding down, but
Yeah.
let's figure out what you guys go ahead and.
so you guys are
Exchange
bringing us the
information.
stone. You guys are bringing us the
yeah.
stone.
Yeah.
Oh.
We check it against the picture, and yeah, sure enough, it looks like the sigil.
Yeah.
I
And
read
this still-
journals, and turns out, Williams, the father with the journal date, he also dabbled a bit in this demon worship.
And you mentioned the name of a book, you said?
No, I found that the book the other day with you.
No.
The
It's
book
a-
that
the
he's
journal.
dabbled in this dark art with.
Where's my?
Oh.
Carnamagos book
The Carnamagos book.
with an E, spelled with an E.
We should look for that book,
Yes,
assuming it still exists.
yes, this is Carnamagos book. But it says having taken his Carnamagos book.
So the Phillips family still has the Carnamagos book, unless...
Unless that's what he was looking for in the library.
Yeah.
We should return to the Phillips home in the morning.
Yes.
Did you have any luck at the library? Did you guys find
Oh,
anything
well,
in your
we both
searches?
worked hard, didn't we?
Oh, the
yes.
stack
It's such
of
a
maps were
Yes.
It was a
incredible.
vast archive.
Yes.
At one point, I thought I found something, but no.
No, it was. You'll understand. It's a vast archive, very vast.
We went swimming and got a frickin' stone, guys.
Does the archive
Wow.
not have a file? Is it
Perhaps tomorrow morning we've
Hand
narrowed
marks?
it down,
Is
shall
that-
we say? Yeah.
Dewey Decimal?
Even Peabody couldn't find it for us.
Oh no!
Oh, Peabody was searching with you?
He pointed us to the right place, and apparently it wasn't the right place.
So, the next morning, you get a call from Detective Stuckey.
Ducky
Oh!
baby! I mean, Ray.
Oh wait, before we sleep, since it's prohibition. Oh, my sister sent this, and it's a bottle of coconut arak
All right.
from Macau.
All right.
Since it's prohibition.
So are you just trying to make sure that we're all hungover during
Yes,
the
during
call?
the interview.
That's
Yes,
fantastic.
Okay.
So let's see. Who would he call? Probably you, because
of course, my
That's
house.
your number.
your credit rating is 70. So,
Out of 800.
That's not true.
you want to come? Maybe if you could just come to 115 East Kerwin
Is
Street.
that the Phillips home? I mean, is that a
No,
Mine's really low.
whose home is this?
it was the home of Jeffrey Noyes.
Jeffrey Noyes. Someone write that.
N-O-I-S-E?
N-O-Y-E-S.
I already got it.
Okay. Shall
Wait,
we
I
all?
did miss the spelling, though.
Is there been another murder?
Has there been another murder?
I don't know if that's what you'd call it, but I think that you're into this sort of stuff, so maybe you should take a look.
I feel like that's a rude way to
I
describe
feel like it's the result of this book that was acquired.
Hey, Ray. Psst, can I talk to Ray for a second?
Mr. Stucky Baby, would you like to?
Don't call me that!
Hey, Raymond.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know that Estelle Phyllis and I were very brave, and we freaking went swimming and pulled up stones. Like, we were super strong and brave.
It's great. It's great. I'm dealing with something that I can't possibly explain and I don't want to talk about, and I just want you to come and look at it, please, all right?
I'll bring the stone.
Whatever.
Okay, so now we know what the stone looks like, at least. Or,
Yeah.
At least
Yeah,
we made
and you can check it, like you said you wanted to check it on the picture in the book, and yeah, they look the same. The picture in the book, the resolution is not great. It's like an old picture.
Right, yeah.
So, but looking at the stone, you can see
You
what the
say
sigil looks like.
enhance.
Not-
I just make a rubbing of it and leave it at home. How about that?
All right.
All right.
So you're going to this house, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So let's do this really quickly before we're done.
Is this
here.
the morning or the night?
This is in the morning the next day.
Let's all take shots before we go.
So from outside,
It'll help us
you
have
can see
insanity.
you can see that like the window. There are flies everywhere inside the window.
Oh, that's not
And he says, if you are
I'm going to take a shot.
uncomfortable with weird things or dead things, you might not want to take a look at this.
Yeah, you might want to stay outside, Sid.
What's that? Is it near the Hope House?
But you'll call me if there's any kind of like
No.
hieroglyphs or markings
Absolutely.
or
It's on the
books
same
to look
street,
at.
Yeah, don't
It
worry
is,
about
yeah,
that.
but
Sure,
it's
I'll do
East
that.
Kerwin Street. That was West Kerwin
Oh.
Street.
Sid, why would you give me that look? Of course I'm going to do that for you.
All right.
So who's going in?
I'm going in.
I'll go in.
I'm
I'll
going
go
in.
in.
Everyone
All
but
right.
Sid.
So yeah, so apparently he died in his bed. There's flies everywhere, like more flies than there should be. And you can see that it looks like, as far as you could tell, his body was mostly eaten by maggots. There's a couple maggots still on the body, like the skin, the flesh, everything is all gone. And this happened in his bed. His mouth is still, what's left of it is open in like a scream. Make sanity rolls, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Ruh-roh.
For those who saw this.
And where is the detective?
The detective is there. He's,
Is he outside or is he inside?
He's inside.
Oh.
I succeeded.
I
51
rule
out of
at these
60.
Yeah,
sanity
you don't
rolls.
need to make a roll. You're just going to lose one because you're still used to seeing dead things. So
Oh,
yeah,
goody.
you're yeah.
Thank
You did it.
I did it.
Good. You still lose a point if you lose.
Oh, so I lose a point.
Even if you made it, you lose a point. It's really bad. On the bedside table, there's a scrap of paper, and there's a very clearly written. The number 2 is written there. And whoever this was ransacked the library. Wasn't as extensive as Nina's, but
A spot hidden there to see if there's any
Sure, go ahead.
pattern. 87. That's probably not gonna do it. Nope.
Astophilus? Anyone?
Yeah. So the prints here match the prints on the poker. I'm guessing that these are Atwater.
Yes,
Yeah.
we spoke to Peabody over at the Historical Society, and he described a young man that matches Atwater's description, looking at archives.
Looking at the genealogical archives to find out who might be descendants.
We don't know what he was looking for.
We don't know, but we can speculate. It was the genealogical archives he looked at.
So what are you saying? This guy has a list of people who he's looking for, and that's what's going on? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Which we can go back to the conversation we had of looking to find who these people's names are that originally buried this man Bishop alive.
Well, I will help you if I can, but I'm not a bookish person. You understand what I'm saying?
But you do book people.
Let's get out of here. These flies are making me sick. All right.
How could the flies have consumed him in that amount of time? That seems...
Do you know when he died?
If it's number 2, it was after number 1, I would imagine.
Unless they're already all dead.
I mean, anyone have medicine or
I
forensics
have biology
or
and chemistry.
How much biology do you have?
73.
Make a biology roll.
I'm gonna get like a 90.
No, you're gonna make it.
Yes.
I got 0, 0, 0, all zeros.
That's bad. That is the worst roll possible.
So close to the best
wow.
roll possible.
But it's not. Yeah.
I have psychology.
It's a critical failure.
A fly goes into your mouth and you swallow it. And then you just run outside and throw up. That's what happens to you. Anyone else want to make a roll?
I have medicine.
All right.
Failed.
All right.
I have psychology. I don't know if that would do anything right now.
Nah, not really.
Okay.
Natural world?
I mean, eventually someone will perform an autopsy. You can find this information out later, you're presuming. But right now, yeah, you're double 0. Hey, better now than when you're confronting the ultimate horror, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, so that's, we'll call it here and we'll start up next Monday. But yeah, I'm sure we'll probably get to the end next Monday, but that's,
Really?
yeah.
Well, unless more, yeah.
Yeah, and this is a published adventure from this old Arkham Unveiled book. Yeah, that's one. It's a good
I mean,
one.
ideally, we would
I like
like to
this
set a
adventure.
trap. If we just find these names, we can set a trap for this guy.
If only we knew how to read books.
It was a vast archive. You don't
It was
understand.
so vast. I did mention it. I did mention it was very vast. I was like, it's a really big archive, like super big.
It's wicked big.
So yeah, and also we're doing Unreliable Narrators. We're doing a show, an improv show at Second City
A week from Wednesday?
in Hollywood, a week from Wednesday. So come on down and check that out. We're doing a show called And Vampires, where we add vampires to some other genre, like Jane Austen and vampires.
Or Tennessee Williams and vampires.
Great. So really quickly, everyone introduce yourself, say goodbye.
Hi, I'm Andrew Pierce. Hi. Bye.
Hi, I'm Helen. Hi, I'm bye.
Hi, Mash. Bye.
Mike, bye.
Jill, bye. Hi.
Joseph, bye. And thank you, QueueTimes.
Thank you, guys.